checks because we got about 3 minutes left.
3 minutos. Did anybody do anything fun today?
Nope.
I took a nap.
Do anything fun today?
Nope.
I took
Yeah, I
a
forgot
nap.
it was Labor Day. I was thinking it was Veterans Day. I told my mom, hey, let's go to see Dad. And I was like, I didn't realize it was Labor Day. And I was like, oh, right.
Yeah.
I talked an email auction today on a AD&D product and got it for
Oh, nice.
$63 instead of like $80.
Yeah, I bought me some D&D Legos that just came out. So let me see.
Yeah, I
Get the
got
one with the
all-
Lady of Pain.
I don't know. They just came out September 1st, so I just grabbed 2 boxes. I don't know. They just came out September 1st, so I just grabbed 2 boxes. I don't know.
Right. Looks like our sound checks work. I can hear everybody talking, so that's good. That's a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure we don't run into problems today. Because have you considered, or was that just anger talking or frustration talking last week or Friday, like switching?
Oh no, that was definitely frustration talking, but I just haven't had a chance to look over any new places to go that are the same price.
Gotcha.
So I will be looking though, because that's shit like that, man, just drives me crazy. It's the little things that, I can handle big things, but it's the little razor cuts that actually irritate the shit out of me. So,
I don't
all
know,
right, man, let's kick this thing off so we can get started. What do you say?
Say yay.
Car commercial.
Sweet! Thanks, Paul.
Whatever.
It's okay. We still love you.
I mean, I got one too.
Yeah, you did.
This strike is in the name of Paul. Off with his head. I will now call my sword Paul.
Whatever. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Agora Quest 21 shots. You know who I am. I know who you are. We're all friends here. So welcome. Paul, thanks for those real quick Nat 20 drops. One for Lando, one for Zadkiel. Appreciate that. Don't forget, your DM is your friend too. Just saying. Putting it out there. Don't want to brag or anything, but every time we play, I'm here. Can't say that same thing for the players. Just saying. But anyway, welcome, and we definitely do appreciate those. I know the players appreciate it because they always seem to need it. It's like this. You guys have this uncanny sixth sense to know that some shit's going to go sideways and somebody's got to have a Nat 1 or a Nat 20 in their pocket. So if you're new here, welcome. If you don't know what we're talking about, essentially as you watch the stream, you can earn tokens. There's a little gold coin button underneath the chat block. Click that. It'll pop open a little window for you. As you watch the stream, you earn tokens. Once you earn enough tokens, you can trade those in to help out our party. Or me, your humble DM, of course. Don't give me blah. So anyway, you could trade those tokens in. The players can have a Nat 1 or a Nat 20 on hand. They can use that to replace any dice roll throughout the game. Whether it's a pre-roll, post-roll, whatever they want to use it for, they can use it to swap out any dice roll. So what that means is if I crit them with a Nat 20 and they happen to have a Nat 1 on hand, they can swap out my Nat 20 for their Nat 1 or vice versa. So anyway, like I said, as you watch the stream, definitely keep an eye out as you're earning tokens. Twitch will let you know with the little bubble messages that they give you to say, hey, you've earned 40 tokens or whatever. Save those bad boys up and then trade them in. But I do encourage you to get them in early. So if you've got them available, just like Paul did, get them as a stream starting. That way the party has the entire stream with which to use those Nat 1s and Nat 20s because they are only good for tonight's stream. They don't carry over from game to game unless there is an extenuating circumstance. However, if you would also like to help support the stream as well as players, for every 100 bits that you cheer, you can grant a +1 to the player or DM of choice. And those do carry over from stream to stream because if you're going to be sitting there spinning your hard-earned coin, I am going to allow that to carry over. Hey, look at there. Monkey just cheered 100 bits to Monkey. You know what? No, I don't think so. You can give it. I will allow you, Monkey, to give it to anybody but yourself. How's that? I'll let you give it to anybody. Who do you want to give it to, Tino?
I have a suggestion.
The DM? That's a great suggestion.
That works as well.
I'll give one to Sean.
No, you don't have to give one to me. That's fine. If you want
Okay.
to give it to a party member. How about we give it to either Reese or Ronnie because they only got one each. How about this? I'll give you a 2-for-1. I'm gonna give it to Reese and Ronnie, so they now each have a +2. So just for that 100 bits that Monkey cheered. Thanks, Paul. Look, we go. Who's that for, Paul? Who we want to give it to? So thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So anyway, as you can see, as you cheer bits, you can give additional points to the player or DM of choice, and they can use that to raise or lower a dice roll as applicable depending upon what they need. So with that said, those do carry over stream to stream, and I, your humble DM, have a +5 and a +3 available. Deglin, you have 2 +1s and a +3. Baron, you have a pair of +5s. Reese, you have +2. Ronnie, you have +2. Varys, you have a pair of +2s. And Zadkiel, you have a +5 and a +3. So we definitely appreciate that, the love you guys are showing out there. I don't normally let players donate to their own game, but it's kind of hard for Monkey because he plays in both my games, so I'm sure his points are racking up. So, but anyway.
Over 100,000.
I know. I can imagine. One of these days, we're just going to have to do something and let you drop it all just to see how many you can get for people. So, anyway, with that being said, welcome everybody. One last thing, if you like Greyhawk, which we are Greyhawk Stream, there is a lot of great Greyhawk content on Twitch. And we are proud and happy to be members of the Greyhawk Creatives team, is what they call it here on Twitch. So if you go to twitch.tv/team/Greyhawk Creatives, you can check that site out there. It'll give you a list of all of the different members of the Greyhawk Creatives group. Thank you, sir. And as you can see, Lando just posted out there. You can see all of our different socials. You can see our X/Twitter. I'll always call it Twitter. Doesn't matter. You can hit our Discord, our YouTube channel. If you happen to not be able to watch this entire stream and you want to catch all the action immediately after every stream. Hi, sir. Immediately after every stream, I will post it over to our YouTube channel so you can catch all the previous episodes. Although I would not recommend the last episode of this stream because it was literally just talking through a bunch of housekeeping stuff. Probably shouldn't have even streamed it. We could have just done it all on Discord and not wasted everybody's time. But it was literally just going through a lot of stuff. We had a bag of holding we had to clear out, and it was just a lot of. And we never actually got to do much gaming at all. So I profusely apologize. I even put it when I published the stream to YouTube. I said I recommend you don't even watch this because you're going to be severely disappointed because there's no action whatsoever. So. Yep, and as Lando so adequately pointed out, the last link is the Greyhawk Creatives. Go check us out. As a matter of fact, there's another one streaming right now. Lord Kazumba, the founding member of the Greyhawk Creatives, Mr. Big time in the Greyhawk industry, I guess. He's over there streaming now some high-level game or something. It's kind of funny. He says high-level game. That's like 12th level or whatever, but I don't know. He's old school. So anyway, want to welcome everybody here to tonight's game. If you have not been following this particular stream, we are a first edition old school Dungeons and Dragons group based in the world of Greyhawk. Right now we are in the free city of Greyhawk. When last we met, our party had just returned not too long ago from White Plume Mountain, where they were able to extract 3 very powerful items from the wizard Caraptus and his twisted mind of a lair. They managed to return all of them, spent a little downtime at home with a little bit of upkeep, people checking out their lives, if you will. Deglin, for example, has a little chapel that he has built dedicated to Juskar up in Diamond Lake, which is just north of the city up in the hills. So he got a chance to check out some of that stuff, and wizards were able to go and do research, and our local Thieves Guild members managed to go check out what was going on. And anyway, bottom line is they had a little bit of a downtime, and they were called back to the church, and they met the High Priestess Eratai, who then introduced them to the king of Nyrond, Belvor IV. Belvor told a tale of the Knight Commander, Sir Homer, the Knight Commander of the Shieldlands, whom they thought had fallen during the Greyhawk Wars. Sages and clerics and everybody who was anybody tried to find his location, but his body disappeared, and it was feared that he was taken someplace where he would never be found. Well, lo and behold, it just so happened that it was discovered that he was in the jails somewhere beneath the city of Duraka, which, for all intents and purposes, means he's going to be dead. But he is apparently alive right now. But Duraka is the capital city of Ayuz. And so the party, having made a name for themselves, not just here in the central Flanas region, they have made a name for themselves throughout the land. Out to the west in Jiaf, down to the south, sort of south central of where Qland and the Ulek states are. They've made names for themselves. And so the king beseeched them that they take on this mission of a small detachment of guerrilla warfare type tactics where they are going to sneak into Daraka, find the Knight Commander of the Shieldlands, and extract him and bring him home. After a little bit of negotiation, the party half-heartedly agreed. I don't know that everybody was totally enthusiastic about going up into the land of Ayus, but be that as it may, they elected to do so. They were provided with several different items with which they could equip themselves. And just as a quick note, players, everybody should have. Now, again, you may have more than this, but you should have. They gave you 2 potions of healing, 2 potions of extra healing, a potion of vitality, a potion of flying, and a potion of invisibility. Now, everybody should have that on their character sheets. I think you do. I think I checked everybody. I was looking through them right before the game just to make sure. I actually had to create the potion of vitality. And essentially what that does is it removes any need for sleep or rest or anything like that. So that even essentially wizards don't need sleep to rememorize their spells, right?
Whoa.
So by taking that potion, it gives you guys essentially, I think it's 7 days of kind of like going like automatons, you know? So essentially, they gave you guys that so that when you got there, you could drink the potion, and that gives you a week where you don't necessarily need all the rest and relaxation you normally need. You regain hit points at 1 hit point per every 4 hours as opposed to once a day plus con. So essentially, every 4 hours, you get 1 hit point plus your con back. 7 days. Do you ever see the movie Crank? So he was like, he had to keep the action going, keep his heart rate elevated, otherwise he would die. Yeah. If you've never seen that, you need to go watch it. It's like the ultimate Jason, what's his name, B movie. So anyway, that's kind of where we. Yeah, thank you. So that's kind of where we left off, as the party was wasn't Jason Bourne. Jason Statham, but it was a movie called Crank. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Anyway, quit getting me sidetracked, man. That is where we kind of left off, as the party sort of went and did their thing and gathered their supplies and sorted out their bag of holding and sold items that they weren't going to keep for the money. And I applied everybody's experience. And so now 3 or 4 days have passed as you guys gather once again back at the Temple of St. Cuthbert, as you are ready to sort of undertake this expedition, make sure that any final instructions or questions are answered, etc. One thing I want to make sure also, if you don't have it on your character sheet, everybody also has a scroll of plane shift. Now, typically only the magic user or I think can you cast scrolls, Varus, yet? Are you at the level you can do scrolls? I think it's 9th
Yeah.
I
level,
can't
right?
write them.
Yes.
I can't write them, but I can.
Yep. I have a chance to
Okay.
cast them.
Okay.
I'm 11th level, so
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was 9th, 10th level or whatever, but
yeah,
I
I
can
have
do
a
it. So.
I have a healing skill to read
Gotcha.
like magical script too.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So anyway, everybody should have. If you don't have it on there, just know that you do have it. I can always drop it later.
It was
But
how many potions of healing? Because I think I added some of them already, and I'm
yeah,
just trying to
2.
fix that.
They gave you 2 healing and 2 extra healing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, because I still got a whole bunch of mine left from way back when.
Yep. So,
Yeah, so I'm just trying to clean up my sheet. Is all.
okay. Yep. Sorry, folks. I'm typing this out, by the way. I couldn't stop the ad anymore. I couldn't stop the ad anymore, so I do apologize. We got about 38 seconds before they come back. So, anyway, incoming ad. If it's not already playing, it's going to be here in about 30 seconds. But that being said, if you have not read the description of plane shift, normally it's one person. However, up to 5 people can hold hands while one person casts it, and therefore 5 people can go per spell, right? So essentially, they gave you 5 in case the wizard messes up and something happens, and you guys go somewhere you're not supposed to. So, yeah, Ronnie, don't hold hands unless you have paws. Well, guess Ronnie's going to be casting his own scroll then. It's totally okay with me, though. So, all right. You guys gather once again at the Temple of St. Cuthbert as you are met by the High Priestess Eratai for any final questions or comments or anything that you guys may need. You're going in the morning because, as it was explained, there is a strange anomaly that sits around the city of Daraka, where they believe that Ayuz has a gate to the abyss, and because of that, it disturbs the magical energies in the region, and any sort of teleporting or plane shifting or plane walking or anything that distorts distance can literally end up bouncing you to the abyss. And so the sages and clerics and wizards have all agreed that probably 20 miles away from the city guarantees that you won't have any of this strange effect. The closer you get, the more chance there is that if you cast a spell that does something with distance like a plane shift, then you'll bounce to the abyss. So that's why they say the plane shift, they recommend that you go to about 20 miles and then just travel the last 20 miles over. It is rough terrain. You're probably on foot, go about 20 miles per day unless you bring a whole bunch of stuff with you and overladen yourself. But that's one of the reasons we were trying to clear out the bag of holding, to try to lighten the load a little bit as you guys are going. So they figure if you're about 20 miles away and you start in the morning, about 10 or so hours, you guys should, barring any unforeseen circumstances, should reach the edges of the city. And so by the time you get to the city, it would be dark. And if you take your potions right there before you go to the city, all of that will have washed away, and you guys will be refreshed and able to go in and try to find the Knight Commander. Holmer is his name, Holmer. Anyway, so those are sort of some of the final notes. Do you have any questions for Eratai or anything before you guys get going? Anybody? Bueller?
I just have one for you.
What's that?
Can you re-add Potion of Healing? I accidentally deleted it too many times.
Yeah. Give me just uno momento.
I have extra healing. I just need the regular healing.
Is there a particular number that you had? Just a 2?
No, I have it on my my PDF. I have it written down.
Okay.
So I can adjust it.
Let me make sure.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it match. Because I had written everything in
All right,
PDF.
so I've added it, but it only shows it as 1, so I don't know how many I actually had. But are you able to change the number?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Okay. All right. as you guys are sort of talking and making your preparations, gathering yourselves to get ready for the casting of the spell called plane shift, which again allows you guys to shift from one location to another.
I did have one question.
Yeah.
For the paladin specifically, he gives off that aura. Will that Nostor's aura thing?
Yes. So the magic aura that helps, that sort of
That's divine.
well, still the Nystel's magic aura, or I think in this edition they call it magical aura, whatever it's called, fake aura, whatever. It shields the aura from being detected, because otherwise you guys will be walking like a glowing lantern of good, walking into the city, and everything in the city will be attracted to you like a moth. So yes, and I believe that if we look that spell up, it lasts 8 hours. So you have to be very cognizant on what time it is, and
really 8 hours.
I believe that's what. Yeah, I might be wrong, but if we look it up,
Oh, my aura is 24. It's like
yes, but we're blocking your aura from being detected. It's not
Gotcha.
it doesn't stop your aura from working, but it's kind of like a disguise for your aura, because otherwise all the evil creatures in the land of Ayus are going to see you, and they're going to be drawn to you like a moth to flame. And
did you see my new armor?
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It's got target bullseyes on it.
All right. So as you guys,
that was one of the things.
Yeah. So anyway, as Aratai sort of discusses with you, she encourages you to go as the king recommended, being very tactical in your mindset. The first is obviously rescuing Prince Homer in one swift strike. If you try to go in and then you find yourself having to retreat, by the time you go back in, the entire city is going to know where you are and what's going on. And going back a second time is probably not going to be fortuitous.
Right.
Because it's going to give them time to sort of recoup, regather, reinforce. And with all of the evil creatures, including demonic creatures, it's best if you can to get through in one sweep, which is why the potions of vitality will definitely help you guys. Secondly, along those same lines, they recommend that if you can, cover your tracks. Do whatever you can to confuse the jailers, priests, and anybody else that you might encounter. If you can avoid killing, do so, but if you're forced to kill, do something to hide the bodies, whether disintegrating them, dumping them down a manhole into a sewer, some way to dispose of the bodies, because if people just walking through see dead bodies laying everywhere, eventually somebody is going to realize what's going on and they're going to raise the alarm. So leaving as little evidence as possible is always good. And lastly, the High Priestess reminds you of what you're up against going into Daraka. You know, the note that you got along with the map of the sewer indicates that the upper levels of the jails are your typical ogres, trolls, orogs, which are basically high-end ogre or high-end orcs, and fiends are definitely probably going to be encountered. And at lower levels, you know, more wicked, more powerful fiends, probably undead, are going to be found somewhere within there.
Ooh, undead.
And just as a note, right next to the cell, there is a rather well-known, even outside of Daraka, there is a location known as the Train by Pain, which is where creatures that fight for Ayus go, and they literally stand there while other creatures beat on them until they get so used to the pain that the pain doesn't affect them anymore. So if you set off the alarm, creatures that come from that type of a training are going to be right near where the jail cell is. So they encourage you to be very cautious and very careful.
Reminds me of the Beastmaster guys with the blades all on them.
Yep. I'm not sure, but I think we have disguises because we obviously the aura given off by the paladin is one thing, but demi-humans in general are not looked favorably upon by creatures from the land of Ayus. So Ronnie and Varys are definitely have needs to maybe not look like themselves. So Varys has a disguise kit. I know Ronnie can shift himself into a creature that could be carried along by somebody, which I think is okay.
Oh, you mean like a rat?
Yeah, like a rat or a burly bear or something to that effect.
Or something that's very hungry that can eat up all the corpses that we kill.
Yeah. So
I imagine having some change shape too. So.
What's that, sir?
I'm like a bracelet of disguise.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You had the bracelet of disguise. Yep.
I think I took the color of shape changing from the.
Yep, that is true. So yep. So you have a couple different ways. So, as I said, they recommend that if you encounter things, your best bet isn't to just throw down and fight. Your best bet is to try to work your way through, maybe bluff your way through, and use fighting as a sort of a last resort, so that you don't draw attention, because that's kind of the big thing. Then, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I wanted to ask like the advisors if they recommend me taking my warhorse.
Yeah, that would probably not be good. So,
anti-paladins get war horses.
This is true.
Actually, they get nightmares. Actually, though.
With regards to the note you sent me, Deglin, we won't need them right now or today, I don't think, but we'll make sure that before next session they get added.
Okay. Also, on those scrolls of Magicora, when I wrote them down, I said 12. It said 12 days.
Was it?
So I don't know. Yeah.
I'm wondering how many did I give you? 6?
6, yes.
That's probably why, because it's probably 2 days each. Maybe, I don't know. So, did you happen to look it up? Let me look up the spell here.
No, I didn't.
All right, before we get going, because this is about our time to start anyway. I think we got all of our Nystul's Magic Aura. I don't even know what spell level that is.
It says it's cast at 12th level.
Yeah, but that doesn't tell me what the actual level of the spell is.
Right.
And It's interesting. It doesn't even have it in this first edition book. Was that a second edition spell?
It might be from the Unearthed Arcana.
Nystul's Magic Aura?
Yeah.
It's magic user spell.
Yeah, no. But it's not in the first edition book here. I'm looking under the first edition.
Yeah, my giant strength too. I don't know how long that lasts. Doesn't say.
Normally, potions last an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't have it in here, so let me look it up real quick. Sorry, folks. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought that was in the regular player's handbook.
I thought so too, but it's not. At least not. Let's see. It's actually from the School of Illusion. It says it's a second level spell too. So,
Could that be the reverse of audible glamour?
nah, I don't think so. And of course, it doesn't tell you how long it lasts. It just tells you what it is. I don't know.
Nistle's Magic Aura, first level magic user spell.
That's what I'm
Number
saying.
19 on the list.
Why
Regular
did I
player's handbook.
Why did I not see it in there? Boy, I am blind as a bat. Thank you, sir.
I didn't see it either for like the first 5 times I scanned.
Yeah.
Duration, 1 day,
per level. Yep, agreed. So it lasts 12 days. You are correct.
I also have a question. One more.
Mhm.
When someone rolls percentile dice, how does that work with the critical roll or whatever the?
What do you mean?
Like, say, checking for traps or disarming a trap, and you need a 95% or something. Can you apply one of your rolls to it to make it 100%?
No. So essentially,
like your natural 20s or whatever.
No. So that's actually a really good question, because normally we don't apply them to like a nat 20 wouldn't apply to a percentage roll, right? So that's not something I've even considered. So I would say if you wanted to use your points to bump up a couple, like if you're 1 or 2 points off on a percentage roll and you wanted to use your plus ones or whatever, I would let you guys do something like that. But a nat 20 is just for 20-sided die rolls and stuff like that. I never really figured anything.
I'm just thinking about because I might, if we're on a cusp of diet, I might want to make potions.
I got you. Okay. All right.
That's my last stand.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then, as we now try to prepare ourselves to, let me see if I can. You guys sort of set up shop. The last of your questions being answered, the last of the notes. The one last thing that I do want to make sure, because I don't know if everybody was here for it previously, but if you guys got a map, and so I'm kind of showing this on the stream. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but you guys got a map that says there is a sewer that deposits into the river. And so your guys were told to go to the outskirts of the city, which sits on a river, and try to find this sewer entrance. And using this map that you got, it would lead you to a manhole cover inside the jail. And so you guys will have to traverse the sewers beneath the city and all of that might entail, and arrive at the jails and hopefully be able to quickly find the prince and extricate him back. And then when you guys leave, of course, you'll have to get 20 miles away and then cast the spell. But like I said, they did give you 5 just in case something has to happen. Like if you have to cast a spell early and somehow you get bounced to the abyss, at least you've got other plane shift scrolls available to try to get yourselves home. But be that as it may, you've got this map of the sewer, and on the back is a note that the person who gave the map, and it says, "My researches suggest there are 3 levels within the jails. The upper level contains only riffraff and scum and is administered by a priest and a great misshaped giant. The jailers are but stupid orcs and brutish ogres. Bailiffs from the court of Citadel bring wretches here for imprisonment or dispatch. Only on the lower level are prisoners of war to be found. There, fiends are prominent among the guards and jailers. I've heard whispers that a Cambion fiend named Zenshar is second in command, and that he is careful, wily, and cunning, although not entirely a trustworthy servant to Ayus. So there's an indication there that this guy doesn't really like working for Ayus either. There are many whispers of the overall ruler of the jail. Some say he's a great Marylinth, others a Baylor, but that is to be discounted because a Baylor is not going to be someone that's going to take to having to rule a jail. With sadness, I must state I do not know exactly where Homer will be found, save that he would surely not be on the uppermost levels of the prison, although there might be a record as to where he could be found in the log books of the first level, because prisoners are always transferred through the upper levels and then relocated to whatever level they're supposed to go to. And with that being said, you guys make ready, I should say, you guys do make ready, gathering in a small circle, clasping one another's hands as Baron casts the first of the 5 plane shift scrolls that you guys have. And as he casts the spell, it's the air around you begins to shimmer and distort. You guys find yourselves moving blazingly fast across the land, but it's such a blur, all you see is colors, and those colors are sort of a green and blues of water, the green of the grasslands, the brownish of the hills. It feels like you're moving in all directions at the same time. And suddenly, perhaps 5 minutes later, perhaps a day later, you're not sure how much time has passed, the vertigo passes and you guys find yourselves standing in the grasslands in the lands of Ayus. Let's move ourselves up there. You guys are along the edges of Lake Weistel. You know where you're at. You know the direction that you need to head, sort of to the north and to the west, to gather yourselves to enter the city. I'm going to need from people, if you don't mind, I'm going to need from the party some various marching orders. So right now you guys are in the outdoors in the early morning. What if you were going single file, what order are we going to take?
Who's got the highest armor class?
Not Ronnie.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think of this earlier, so I apologize. Were we shown any, like, drawings or paintings of, like, Iusian troops or anything that we could maybe use from the skies ideas?
So yes, absolutely. Not so much shown, but definitely because exactly. They typically, the orcs, even though they're for Ayus, typically the orcs have shields that mark the bearings of their clans, like the Red Claw, the One Fang, some various clans of that nature. But all of them bear the mark of Ayus, which is a skull, somewhere in their uniforms. Usually orcs, half-orcs, ogres, and the like, or whatnot. Orcs being the more prominent of the troops. Usually, if there's a large band of orcs, they're led by some of the more powerful type orcs, and almost always hunting parties or patrols contain at least one priest of Ayus, usually human or some semblance thereof, wearing the robes and whatnot of Ayus. So you can definitely assume that you guys know what Ayusian troops look like.
Okay. Because I suggest me in particular, and of course Ronnie, we're gonna need to not have our ears in our elven feature show. So,
Right. Okay.
They either need to be human or orc or something.
Yeah, exactly.
The rest of us should also do our aura scroll.
Well, I mean, the auras will help, but they can still see us. We're not invisible.
Right.
Unless I turn invisible.
Right.
You know.
Maybe I should travel by myself ahead some ways. And then y'all like be behind, like, say, I don't know, 20 yards.
Well, we can
Just
travel.
so that-
Y'all
just
can.
so-
Sorry.
Why would you be alone though? That would be.
I mean, if this aura thing's gonna be an issue.
Well, that's why we
No,
have the
it's
spell.
not. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the smell is not a problem.
All right.
Benefit, no.
Rewind that.
It's not going to make us not look elven, though.
Exactly.
It's primarily hiding the good radiating from the clerics and the paladin.
Yep.
I'm not good. I am chaotic neutral. I can fit in fine. The problem is, I'm elven.
Yep.
So I have to use either my disguise kit or one of my magic items. So,
All right.
and I'm thinking about either trying to find Ronnie and make him look human, or he's gonna have to shape change.
Well, I'll spearhead. I can be the
All
tip
right.
of the spearhead.
All right, so let's do first things first. Let's get order. So Zadkiel is going to be up. Again, this is only I'm trying to get these done now so I can have them out of the way, so I don't need to ask you guys later if something happens. Who's up front? So Zadkiel in a single file. Right now, you guys are in the middle of the land, so you can go any order you want. But if you have to travel single file, it's going to be Zadkiel. Who's going to follow Zadkiel?
I'll go second.
All right, Deglin after that. Who's behind Deglin?
I'm fine with Ronnie going in there third.
Okay. After Ronnie, anybody?
Reese will bring up the rear.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go after Ronnie.
Okay.
And put the mage behind me.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, so in single file order, we've got Zadkiel, Deglin, Ronnie, Varys, Baron, and then Reese. And again, if something changes, that's fine, but this is just for. And now
Default.
Yep, a side 2x2 order. Just want to move everybody up, just like that. So it would be Zadkiel and Deglin in front, and then Ronnie and Varys in the second row. And then Baron and Reese bringing up the rear. Does that sound okay, or do you guys want to change that at all?
No, that sounds good.
I'm fine.
I did
with
have
it.
just a quick question. Before we left, did I get some time in studying some of the more tangible lore from IUs, like what their priests would say on a, and
I don't know. You guys never
Con-
mentioned. You guys never mentioned that, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
We didn't
stuff
get-
coming up a little late here. We've been at this for 3 days or 3 sessions now, so it's all right. So, you guys are in the outdoors now. As I said, you're about 20 miles from the city of Daraka. The land you are in is mostly grassy rock. It's slightly hilly, mostly not really green, kind of greenish brown, almost like fall colors when it comes to grass, where it's not quite dead, but it's on its way to being dead. But Ronnie, you get the impression that it's a permanent state of affairs when it comes to the land here, that it's sort of halfway between alive and dead as you guys are moving through. So Varys, when it comes to your disguise, are you going to use just your disguise kit, or are you going to use one of your items in order to portray yourself as something else?
Well, I'm looking up one of them at the moment.
Okay. And Ronnie, is there anything that you are going to do? Are you gonna like shift into? How long does your shape shift last, Ronnie? Is that like a couple hours, an hour?
No, it lasts until I change back. But I don't want to change. No, I'm gonna hopefully use a disguise DM. I don't have any. I have no intentions of using one of my.
Okay.
Until necessary.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, that spell's gonna be an unearthed. Well, maybe
Which
it's
one?
an illusionist. It might be an illusionist spell. Hang on.
Which one's that?
Yeah,
Disguise?
Yeah. Change spell.
Oh, change self? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a first level illusionist spell.
I'll give you a moment to look it up.
And DM in the event somebody asks me, I'm just up here checking out the flora and fauna because I'd heard so much about it anyways.
Okay. But are you going to do so as a half elf, or are you going to, like I said, have I don't know how you're going to disguise yourself, because we have Varys has a disguise kit that he can disguise himself. I suppose I would allow it if you wanted to, Varys. I would allow you to use your disguise kit to disguise Ronnie into something looking different than a half elf. I would allow that.
You know what would probably be the easiest thing for Ronnie would be to make him look like a girl, since he's so like a human girl.
Okay.
Well,
not an attractive human girl, but just a human girl.
So this bracelet of disguise said it works one time per day, or one use per day.
Okay.
And it's mine a change self spell.
Okay.
What level is it casting at?
I'm gonna say at least 12th level.
Alright. So,
As a magic item.
So that's 24. Alright. So that's 24 rounds plus 2 to 12 added. So I will probably save that.
Okay.
For when we're like actually like in a more precarious spot.
Right. Where you can become something else and whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna be using my disguise kit for the time.
Okay.
being.
All right. So for your disguise kit, you are going to make. Ronnie says he would like to be made up like a human girl, which is fine.
Okay.
And what about yourself? Are you just gonna make yourself into human, or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be human.
Okay.
Try not to be too crazy.
Gotcha. So you guys have a bunch of rings, so you and Ronnie could be like husband and wife.
So he's saying he's gonna be a girl. He's saying he's gonna be a girl, like a child, right?
Yeah.
I am now Rhonda. I am fully in character.
All right. Go Rhonda, go.
So,
all right.
I'm a little confused on the disguise thing. Do we have to?
So there's a couple of things that we have to worry about. You being lawful good, you give off a little bit of a good aura, right? The paladin, of course, gives off a shining beacon of an aura. So we have Nystel's magic aura, which suppresses that, and unless somebody can detect that magic, as you know, if somebody were to get nosy and cast detect magic and realize that there's a magic aura on you, and then somebody was able to dispel that, then they would see who you truly are, right? But that being said, you guys have these auras, and so Nystel's magic aura is suppressing. Because Ronnie's a half elf, he's going to stick out like a sore thumb, right?
Wait, hang on, correction. Reese is lawful neutral.
Okay, fair's fair, but still, okay. We're talking about the good folks then, okay? So then you wouldn't have to worry about it, right?
Well, but we don't want to show off affiliations, right?
That is correct. So I'm assuming that none of your armor, none of your weapons, none of your nothing is going to have any of your
No symbols of
no
Saint Cuthbert.
symbology
And I'll
of Saint
hide my
Cuthbert. Yeah,
and hide my
exactly.
holy symbol.
Exactly. But even the holy symbol, because it, you know what I mean? So it could give off an aura. But bottom line is the reason they're doing disguises, physical disguises, is because Varys is an elf, which are hated by the orcs. Ronnie is a half elf, which are not much better when it comes to the orcs and other humanoid creatures. Therefore, they're disguising themselves because sticking out like a sore thumb like that, it's just going to draw undue attention. So if you guys are just a group together of ragtag folks, might want to have a reason why you guys are here headed toward Jaraka. If you're stopped, all right, come up with a reason why, we're doing this. Just, you know what I mean? Have in your own minds, you should be thinking of, if somebody stops me and asks me why I'm here, I need to have a good reason why. Rhonda already said she's there studying the plants and faunas, you know what I mean, for whatever reason. So others may want to have that same reason or have something in the back of your mind if you were to be stopped and asked. But you guys begin your trek overland as you start to head toward the city of Daraka. As I said before, it's early in the day. It gets to be a little closer to midday as you guys begin to see that this area is a little bit more traveled. You can see that there is a road actually sort of following along the edges of the lake. But to your chagrin, even as you get out into the open and start following this road toward the city of Daraka, the heavens open up and begin to pour rain down upon you. A rather heavy rain, which causes you to slog through the muddy road at a slower pace than you had hoped. But, be that as it may, you are making good time. The disguises hold up under the weather. You guys huddle and continue to move along your way. Up in the distance, however, coming down the road at a rather fast pace. Oops, sorry, I lost my... As you are moving down the road, you can see up ahead, even in the heaviness of the rain, you could see maybe quarter mile ahead, give or take. You can see this rather large contingent of creatures moving very quickly in your direction. From this distance of quarter mile, somewhere between quarter mile and a third of a mile, somewhere in there, you can see that there's probably 2 to 3 dozen armed soldiers. They look to be maybe orcs. Can't really tell from this distance, but they're moving in your direction very quickly.
Are they on horseback?
No, they are on foot and they are running. And from what you can tell, it looks like they're running directly at you, as if they have seen you and now they are coming to intercede.
Yeah, there's no forest or anything to hide in.
No, there's really not. There's a little bit of grasses here at the and whatnot. The occasional tree, just sort of warped tree sticking up out of the ground, but nothing really that you can hide as you see them.
So Sandhill and Digland are going to need to be the face since they're up front.
Yep.
So, y'all better
Well,
have
quick
a
question.
Yes.
good idea.
What
for
time?
us.
It is midday, like maybe 1-ish in the afternoon. It's overcast, obviously. It's pouring down rain, so it is kind of dark. And the rain's coming down fairly heavily as you guys are clutched in your cloaks and whatnot.
Is there an area that is maybe casting a shadow off a tree or a cliff
That's
or something?
what I said. It's mostly just grasslands here. There's an occasional twisted little tree sticking up from the ground here or there. But for the most part, it is open grassland as they come charging down the road at you guys.
Oh man.
Use a darkness spell and see if that can hide us
Well,
on it. But
I've got obscurement memorized. You said it was
Okay.
raining hard, DM?
It is. It's raining pretty good. Like I said though, you can see them. They obviously have seen you as they're moving toward you guys. So, but yes, it is raining. And so it is definitely overcast and cloudy. So there is darkness and shadows sort of cast about, but again, it's still in the middle of the day.
Yeah, my obscurement's not going to do nothing if they've seen us.
Okay. So as they approach, eventually you guys can see there is a very large contingent of them. And as they arrive, they sort of slow to a walk. And a large orc comes working toward you guys. Behind him, you can see there is a human male dressed in the robes of Ayus. And as he gets to right here, as he gets to where you guys are, he sort of stops and he looks and he sort of wipes his face as it looks like he had mud splattered from there. He sort of smears the mud over his face and he yells, "Hey! Have you seen any Urzun scumbags with a red bag running around here anywhere?" And as you recognize the term Urzun is a type of orc, an orc clan.
I'm not going to speak just because I'm not going to speak. Someone speak.
He's looking at you expectantly for an answer.
Oh, who, me?
Anybody. He's just talking to you guys up front. He's asking if you've seen
said no.
any. Are you sure? I know they came this way.
not on this road.
Go ahead and give me a. What's the word I'm looking for? Give me a intelligence check, please, Deglin.
Okay, I'm trying to bring up a character here. There we go. Stats. Intel. Ooh, that's not good.
That's you just have to beat his score.
All right.
As he looks at you and he's I could have swore. Where are you going?
Braka.
Okay, look. Me and my boys gotta find these Orzan or the boss is gonna have our asses. You get to the gate, you tell him that Troop 368 is still out looking for the Orzu. And as soon as we find him, we'll bring him back. But as of right now, we're gonna have to leave the road. But if you see him, you make sure you let the watches know so they can send another battalion out here. Because those scumbags are gonna be hanging by their toes when I get done with them. Do you understand?
I understand. 368. Aye.
Hi. As he turns to leave, joins the rest of the orcs. And as you kind of look, you almost feel sorry for the lone human in this group, this priest of Ayus, as he's just sort of like really doesn't look like he's into this whole running thing, especially in the rain, as they all take off and disappear down the road, heading more east off the road, trying to apparently pick up the trail of these Urzun orcs and whoever it was that they stole from. And you guys are able to continue on your way toward the city of Duraka.
Glad I didn't talk.
That was interesting.
Simple is best when you have no idea what to do.
What the heck? There we go.
Question, DM.
Yep.
So my spells were set up for hanging out in Greyhawk and looking for another animal, but not for headed towards the mission.
Okay. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. No worries. So make sure you get them for whenever you can. All right. As you guys continue, I have to make sure. Continuing. Oops, there it is. I believe it was this. All right. As you guys continue to move closer and closer to Duraka, you can begin to see that the road itself is beginning to get more worn. Oh, damn it! What the hell? It's not letting me move the token. There we go. The road itself is getting to be more worn the closer you get to it. Soon, when you find yourselves maybe, I don't know, 5 or so miles from the city, the road begins to widen until it's about 20 feet wide. And you notice instead of dirt and whatnot, it now becomes skulls. Most of them powdered, but many of them still shape. And you can see that they are not animal skulls, but they are all human and humanoid, large, small, probably male, female, probably a mixture of races from giant races down to trolls and ogres and orcs and humans and you name it. But the skulls begin to form this road that's about 20 feet wide, leading up to the city proper. It takes maybe another couple of hours, but as the sun is setting and you guys find yourselves beginning to get a bit winded from the pace at which you guys have been walking and moving, you have been fortunate not to encounter anything other than the occasional small group of travelers that are headed away from the city in the pouring down rain. You have not been molested in any way, but you soon find yourselves on the outskirts of the city of Duraka in what can only be determined is the wharf area of the about to do this one. You guys find yourselves in the wharf area of the city. This area is outside the city. In the distance, about a quarter mile away, you can see the great walls of the city of Duraka rising up some 30 feet. The giant, massive iron gates with the huge skulls in the shape of the face of Ayus forming each half of his head on each one of the iron gates, so that when they come together, they form the full horrific face of the Demon King himself. The walls themselves, as I said, are perhaps 30 feet tall. The city, or the Road of Skulls, leads right up to those iron gates leading into the city. And just so you guys can kind of get an idea what the city looks like, I apologize, I didn't put a token on there. Let me grab the party token on there just so you guys can see. Can you guys see that map now?
Yes, we saw it. We see it.
Yeah, so this is kind of the city itself. You guys are coming up from this southern way down here. So you guys are like along the water line down this way. And so that's kind of where you're at. But this is kind of what the city, and you can see these walls run all the way around, and there's these massive gates here that show the entrance into the city. But as I said, you guys find yourselves on the wharf, and you know that based on, if you look at the journal that you guys have, wonder if it will. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, it's because it won't let me. I'm gonna show it to the players. It's showing on the stream, but I keep forgetting I'm looking on the wrong one here. So let us here.
Cleric, you got a natural one.
Nice.
We have 2 of them. So that's what I'm telling them now. We have 2 clerics.
Yep. Dope. All right, so I'm showing to the players in case you guys didn't see
That
it.
was the map.
So this is the map. So you know that somewhere along the wharf there is a sewer entrance, and this is the map in the sewers that you guys are supposed to follow. And well over to the north edge of the map, at the far left hand as you're looking at it, there's a little X, and that little X indicates that there is a sewer entrance into the jails that you guys are going to try to.
That's the party. I asked the party. So I don't recall. Did they mention that anybody else would know of this entrance, or was this really secretively kept by those that had the map?
No, I think they used it. They acquired it by divination matters, I thought.
So you guys know that originally they found out that the Knight Commander, Lord Homer, was in Duraka in his jail cells. Fortunately, not in the palace, but in his normal jail cells, albeit those are bad enough. Then a spy was able to smuggle out and get this drawing of the sewers that showed how to get from the river to the sewer entry that leads into the jails of wherever the Knight Commander is supposed to be. So
On the way up, did we notice any boats?
Any what?
Or we have a boat.
Well,
I was going to say if we noticed any boats on the way up.
Well, not coming in, but you guys can see on the wharf that there are boats on the wharf here. There's a couple down at the far end. There's a couple boats sitting on the piers down there. Toward this side where you guys are, there are none. But
I'm thinking
sorry,
that,
man.
just look at that far north one where it's because the note we have says T Wharf, and the far north dock is shaped like a T. So I'm thinking that that's the one we need to make our way towards.
Okay.
Yeah, is the that X on the map, that's an entrance,
That
or
is
that's where we need to go.
That's where. So the X is the manhole cover that you lift up, and that will lead you into the jail. So the far right side of the map shows where the sewer dumps into the river. That's
Okay.
that's where
Okay.
you need to enter the sewers.
That's
Then you need
where
to
we're going to enter. Yeah, got it.
Then you follow the zigzaggy lines until you find the X, and that X will allegedly be a sewer manhole cover that leads into the jails themselves.
Perhaps we should follow our noses.
So as you're looking at these buildings, you can see that while there are several small buildings, couple look like there might be taverns because there's light pouring out of them. There's a lot of traffic in the wharf area. These, like number 3s, appear to be warehouses of some sort. Not sure what this big building is, but there's a big, huge stone block building 2 stories high that gives you an indication that in other places, like in Greyhawk, buildings like that tend to be military in nature. So it's quite possibly a barracks or official offices. Maybe they've got a dockmaster or something that works out of there, and that's where all the government employees work or whatever. But that's essentially what you guys see there. But that being said,
maybe we ought to break into groups of 2 and work our way to that sewer thing, entrance, exit up at the T wharf, but not go as one big group. And then we can reform inside the sewer.
Or Rogue could go with his abilities to sneak around with perhaps our woodland friend here, our shapeshifter. Do we look like we've been noticed?
No, not as of right now, as you guys are on the outskirts. But I'm just sort of pausing time, if you will, as we're discussing what we're going to do.
That is just my suggestion.
I mean, I can walk around or try to sneak around. I don't want to suddenly be invisible and then visible.
Right.
I want to save that for later.
Okay.
Especially in the dungeon or series.
Right.
Where I won't be in direct light. But,
I would just suggested that because you're the most nimble.
Oh,
and you know, we all go, even if we separate, that's going to be worse. We're better in numbers. I mean, we're going to go because I mean, I know for myself, I'm not going to be able to really conceal much. I'm just like a big magnet trying to walk around. So
well, you're just a knight with no obvious. I mean, you're a warrior or a knight of some kind. Probably dedicated to IUs in quotations.
Yeah.
Actually, I would suggest we're associated with Hextor. He's like the god of war and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we can just be mercenaries.
That sounds good.
We shouldn't just say we're mercenaries that we're hired.
Okay, good. I'm happy.
I think if we just walk up there like we belong, they have no reason to say anything.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Idea number 3.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like we know what we're doing.
All right, really quick here. I apologize for the interruption. My son just came back from one of the conventions here in Orlando, and he came back with some dice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
I just
did he buy his dad any? No, but that's okay.
I just bought old 7 dice. And I got some from my friends.
Oh yeah,
from Gen Con.
Dude,
okay, Mr. DM,
all right, we're back. I'm sorry.
Mr. DM, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Okay, good. What did the priest of Ayus look like?
He was a rather thin, pale, gaunt-looking. Had the skull of Ayu's symbol, as a piece of iron hanging around his neck. Black overcoat or black cloak, if you will, kind of covering over him to snuggle up against the rain.
Okay, was he wearing any armor?
Couldn't tell for sure, but more than likely it was chain of some kind underneath.
Okay, good. I just wanted to get an idea of how difficult it would be to take out the priest of Ayus
Okay.
from an orc band.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely easy to pick them out because not too many orcs are clerics. Most of the Ayu's clerics are human, maybe half orc, but typically human of some sort. So they're definitely easy to recognize just from a body structure, right? So yeah.
Did he, by any chance, did he look beat upon or in charge or anything like that?
He had a very bored look as far as you're concerned, like somebody that hated his lot in life. Probably wanted more, but he got stuck running around with orcs. Probably not something that he really wanted. So
Not commanding any respect?
apparently not.
Okay, good. Because Baron is thinking to himself, if we kill the priest of Ayus, maybe the orcs would go away.
Maybe that's a
Or
thought.
maybe it's like a gremlin and they just multiply.
Well, there's that too, of course. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Orcs are not very keen about being led by humans.
Yeah.
Well, true, but I'm not concerned with the priest as I am this whole. I'm just looking at the size of this place and how many orcs could be here to really greet us.
What does the traffic look like here?
So
Are we seeing anybody?
so yes, you are definitely seeing. It is getting dark out. It's still raining, albeit not quite as heavy as it was earlier in your day, but it still is a constant drizzle. You can see small groups of persons or orcs or whatever moving about, carrying lanterns and whatnot. From the indication, it looks like maybe there's some workers and maybe some patrols that are walking around this area, sort of checking doors, checking windows, stuff like that, as they walk around the complex area here, the wharf area.
Do the people that we see as we're walking into this place look like the ones that have the lanterns? Do they look human?
Well, there's a mixture. There's a couple of humans here or there, but a lot of the military look more along the lines of orcs, and maybe the occasional ogre. So, as you guys stand, you've arrived. You've taken a quick assessment. You see that there is a few establishments are open. Looks like some of these buildings around here are warehouses. The docks themselves do not appear to be operational right now because it is dark. Doesn't look like they do the work at night or anything like that. Of course, there are only 2 boats in the slips down at the far T dock, as Ronnie dubbed it. But again, you can see there are small contingents of 4, maybe 5 orcs, along with maybe the occasional ogre here or there, moving around, almost like patrols in the wharf district. Not like a ton. Like, you have a group of them here, and then a couple minutes later, 5-10 minutes later, another group sort of passes by. So it looks like just slowly making rounds about the place. But you guys are still outside of the wharf area proper, sort of along the edge of the water, shrouded in darkness as the sun has begun to set.
I tell the party that, hey, we should make haste while we can use this rain to hide our cover. We should head toward that dock as our shape-shifting friend suggested.
Yes, rain and darkness.
Is that obscuring smell of yours? Is that an obvious smell? Like when they see like a mist moving, Ronnie?
I don't have it memorized anymore. I had it earlier.
Oh, okay, never mind then. All right.
But yes, it does just make like a slight fog.
Okay. Cool. All right.
So how do we want to approach this then? All as a group? Are we going to go 2 or 3 people like you guys recommended earlier? How we want to do this?
Let's see. There's 6 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So split into 2 groups of 3 and just move along.
Okay.
And like we know what we're doing, or I mean, I can go ahead a little bit. I don't want to try acting sneaky because then
Yeah.
I'll run into a patrol and it'll be fun time.
Okay. So what group is going with whom? Who's all grouping up? And you guys can start moving yourself any direction. Say again, sir?
I said I speak Orc.
Okay.
So I can speak common or Orc. So.
Do you think the 3 that are the most despised should travel together? Like me, the rogue, and the druid, who should go first?
Well, it's up to you guys. I just want to know who's
that's
going.
what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking everybody else.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm trying to not look like a half elf, so I'm looking like a female human.
Right.
And I'm holding a demon staff prominently, so I don't look like somebody that anybody'd want to mess with.
Which kind of would help me for the disguise as well, being attached to you in that way.
Yeah, I've got rags wrapped around the top of my staff to make it look like a torch.
Nice. I like it.
And I
got swords on my hips, so I can be a fighter. Plus I'm wearing.
Okay.
But
so, barring anybody disagreeing, it's going to be Varys, Ronnie, and Zadkiel in one group, and then Baron, Reese, and Deglin in another group. And you guys are just going to aimlessly walk through the town, leading to wherever you're going to go. So I will allow you guys.
Heading towards the war.
We were going to go along the shore, I thought, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying you guys can go and start moving yourselves as you guys go. As you guys move your way along the edges of the wharf, Ronnie, go ahead and give me a dexterity check, please. All right, you missed your score by 4 points, Ronnie. So,
Good point. Oh yeah, you're right. 4. No, you're
your
good.
Dexterity is 10. So, as you guys are moving, Ronnie doesn't see it, but he kicks this board accidentally. Well, he sees it, but he doesn't realize that he's that close. And your foot catches.
Got a net 20.
Your foot catches.
Yeah, he learned music. Yeah.
Deglin and Reese both get nat 20s. Let me put that down there. So,
I think you learned.
all right. So Deglin and Reese each have a nat 20, and also Deglin and Reese have a shared nat 1 because nobody could decide who they were going to give it to, and he said shared. So, I guess you guys will just have to determine who gets it whenever it's needed. So if ever it comes to where you need a nat 1, Reese and Deglin, you have only 1 to share between the 2 of you. Make sure I didn't miss anybody else.
Barry, can you move your icon? Okay,
I'm-
I saw him.
I
I saw
moved
it.
I moved him.
Oh, so maybe is Baron with us? No,
Yeah, he's back down there.
no, the player. Sorry.
Yeah, we just want to make sure. Apparently, somebody thought you were missing. I don't know.
No, I thought that he was trying to click on his icon and not move,
I
and it
was
wasn't
just
moving.
trying to move it.
Yeah, I moved you, so I'm not sure. Make
Okay,
sure
well,
make sure that you click the little token controls on the left-hand side, because you may have accidentally moved it off of the. So you got to click the very top one token control.
okay. I'm don't appear to be moving mine at all.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I was afraid
If
of.
that's what I said. If you click on the token control on the left-hand side, the one that looks like a little person on the top left-hand side of your thing.
Okay, let me go ahead and get to that.
If you click on it, and then it'll pop open the sub menu, and on to the right of that's a little square. Click on the square just to make sure you've picked that, and that should let you click and drag your token. So I'm able to move it for you if you're not able to move it, but I don't know
Yeah,
why.
not able to move.
Interesting. All right. Well, you selected yourself. All right. Doesn't matter. I will move for you. Anyway.
Okay, because this is not working out.
Anyway, as you guys are still down here, you three, Ronnie and Ronnie and Varys and Zadkill, you guys get up. You're just about to pass this first dock when Ronnie, his foot catches on a board, and that board was holding up some other tools or something like that, and it goes crashing onto the dock with this loud clang and a sploosh as the tools go dumping into the water. You hear a guttural grunt coming from off the left between the two warehouses immediately to your left. And as you guys stand there and you're sort of like cringing at the fact that this happened, you see a group of 4 orcs. 3 smaller orcs and a rather large orc wearing chain armor, carrying a lantern, comes scooching over to you guys, and immediately in a broken common, "Oh, what you doing? Why you making noise? Why you breaking things? Why are you here?" As he looks at the 3 of you.
Well, DM, since I kicked it, I'll say in my highest feminine voice. Why in a obviously I'm not going to do it now because I don't.
I
have
got you.
a really
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. I got you.
Although that would be indicating.
Who left their tools out where they could be kicked by strangers walking abroad?
What are you walking by in the first place? Why are you even here? You work here?
Yes, I'm going to the docks where I've got a job up at the docks.
What job you got? You small weakling girl. You got no job. Better serve for whorehouse.
I'm a well-known cleaning lady.
Go ahead. Give me a intelligence check, please, Ronnie. Actually,
Cleans
no.
pipes
Give me
really well.
give me a charisma. All right. As he looks at you, and he sort of, how much you charge? My room need cleaning.
I am currently under contract, and I kind of maneuver my staff with the demon head, and I'm like, but perhaps in the future I will be available again.
Watch where you're walking. Make too much noise. And the 4 of them traipse off in the rain, obviously annoyed at having to be out here, leaving you guys alone to continue your track along the wharf. Moving your way.
Right, we're gonna start moving up too.
Okay. I will go ahead and move your token, Baron, since you can't move them on this map. So
Yeah, but it's my token is a little bit smaller than the other one, so I don't know whether or not I did something.
Yeah, no, you didn't do anything. That's actually for some reason like it did the same thing to Zadkill's token. Whenever it got created, it was for some reason it was created just like a shade smaller than everybody. So I just try to make them a little bigger for you. All right, as you guys move along, you get up to right about where you are, Zadkiel, and you can see like right about here as you guys are standing on the bank, right? You're standing at the top of the bank. So where you're at, the bank slopes down rather sharply into the river, but you can hear the splashing of sludge coming out of a large pipe, like right about here. As you approach it, you see the figure of a young woman sort of moving toward you. As she sort of waves, "Hello, good sir." Can you
Okay.
help me?
Okay. So, okay, before we go further,
Hmm?
I detect evil is like aura, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I detecting it from her?
You detect a black, sludgy like evil emanation coming off of her.
Okay. I go, okay, and what'd she say?
She goes, "Good evening, good sirs. Can you help me, please?"
And I look at Ronnie like like for Ronnie to say something because I go mm-mm. I kind of look at him and go
All right. Well, then in my best feminine voice, lady to lady, what can we do?
Good woman, good. Oh, surely you must be sent from the gods above. My friend, he's being chased by the guards. They're searching for him even now in the city. They say that he's a thief, but I assure you he is not. But he is up in the sewers, and I'm afraid to go there myself. Could you please go find him and ensure his safety for me? And as you can see, there is a rather large iron pipe sticking out from the bank embankment, and it's dropping shit and mud and water into the river. But you can see, and actually you can smell the foulness of the stench of sewage as it comes up, wafts to your noses. Even in the rain beating it down, you could still smell it.
Rhonda says, "Why would anybody go in the sewer? Look how smelly it is."
That is why he felt that he would not be found there, but he has been gone for a long time, and I fear that he is either lost or worse.
What's his name and what does he look like?
Um, oops, where is this? I lost my note in my. Hang on just a second. I apologize.
in the words of General Akbar, it's a trap.
Yeah, no. I'm looking. Um, it had all these. I had all these notes here, but now all of a sudden I've lost all of my notes.
I always lose my notes or the dog eats them.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That still
Your
works.
homework wet.
Or the cat lays on them.
Right.
Oh, yes, he does that too.
Teacher, my dog ate my notes.
His name is Rendrith. He's about as tall as you, and she points to Zadkiel. He's about as tall as you, and only he's not quite as handsome, I must say. But he has dark black hair. He has the most beautiful blue eyes. Could you please make sure that he's okay? I fear for his safety.
Well, in my most evil sneer, DM, I'm going to say pimping ain't easy. And if we're going to go into that pipe, there better be a reward associated with it.
And she looks and she has sort of this, but my dear friend, I have nothing that I can offer. And as you guys start to approach Deglin, you and Reese and Baron, you can see that the trio of others are engaging conversation with some woman at the top of the embankment. But even from where you're at here, Deglin, Reese, and Baron, you can see that there is a large pipe protruding from the embankment. In order to get into it, you'll have to go down the embankment partially into the water and then climb back up into the pipe. But the pipe is rather large, so should be fairly easy to do.
Well, then I will say, DM, well, perhaps you have nothing now, but at some point in the future, we may have a need. And this day may never come. But if it does, we will call on you, and we will expect that you will deliver.
I can assure you of my good faith, my dear. I will pay whatever it is that I might have to pay for you to safely retrieve my beloved.
And I say his name again just to make sure I've got it correctly.
Rendreth.
I'm writing it on my little notes.
Okay. And as you guys make the agreement, she sort of backs away to let you guys access the sewer if you so desire.
While she's doing that, I'm going to be sensing for evil.
Oh,
if it's actually fading.
No, the evil is staying strong. She is. You get the feeling that she's touched by the abyss. It's everything that you can do to keep from ripping over and taking her down. So
yeah, I know. That's why I didn't want to say that.
It's everything in your paladin hood.
I would have been like I would have been like Jim Carrey on the liar.
Yep, exactly.
All right, well, guys, I guess we're going to have to go in there and look for this Rendreth, and I wink at my compadres.
I climb on down and go on in. Well, try to avoid any large drainage.
Okay. You all manage to clamber down the embankment and then pull yourselves up into this large 8-foot round drain pipe.
Okay, before we go any further, I'm going to make sure that we're out of range of that girl.
Okay.
I'm going to inform our party. She's not from around here. She had a very strong aura of evil. I suspect from the abyss. So in the future, when somebody is evil, I'm going to use a safe word. I'm going to say...
Evil is all fuck.
Smells like it's going to rain.
Even if
just be aware.
I mean, hopefully, London didn't make a pact with the devil.
Yeah. All right. As you guys manage to pull yourselves up into the sewer, assuming you're side by side, because the sewer that you're in is about 8 foot around, 8-foot circle, so it kind of slopes. Although there are the occasional ledges along the side, most of it is broken and whatnot, forcing you to walk down the middle of the sewer. The sewage itself, as you're walking, you find it to be about 18 inches deep. So it's up to just about your knees, maybe a little higher than your knees, as you slowly work your way against the slow moving current of detritus, feces, foul smelling, nauseous gases. And you look at your map in order to determine how do we go. And slowly, Zadkiel, followed by Deglin, followed by Ronnie, now Rhonda, followed by Varys, the former elf, now turned human, followed by Baron, and bringing up the rear is Reese. It is pitch dark in here.
Well, we have an advantage. We Deglin, you're a dwarf. You can tell us where we're like in the
He's not a
depths
dwarf.
of.
Why do you keep thinking Deglin is a dwarf? You're thinking Ragnar from the other game. Deglin is not a dwarf.
I am, very comfortable under the ground because of the
yes, his deity,
genre of my god.
Exactly. His deity tends to deal with mining and rocks and stuff like that in the earth, but Deglin himself is a human. That being said, you're in a sewer pipe, so dwarf wouldn't help at all because it's not stone. Second of all, unless you have infravision, it is pitch black in here, and you can't see anything after about 15 feet into the sewer pipe. Things go dark for anybody that does not have infravision. So
I will.
I put on my ring of infravision.
Okay.
And I pull out my sword to create a torchlight.
There you go. Sounds like a plan. All right, so I actually saw how I could do this. Check this out. If it shows, you go effects, and
I only wanted 5 foot in radius.
we're going to go.
Hey, why are you looking at my character?
And there you go. Now there's a 5-foot light shining around Zadkiel. All right. Deglin, I think. I'm not sure if it has the effect on. Oh, I have to edit this because there is. Yeah, no.
Do you want us moving on this map as if we're in the pipe DM?
Nope. You don't have to worry about it. This is going to be a theater of the mind, at least partially. You guys begin to move your way into the pipe as Zadkiel up front removes his keen blade and it lights up, shining a faint glow in a 5-foot radius around him as he holds it up and begins to move his way. Deglin slips on his ring and suddenly the monochrome world lights up around you as you can now see black and white up to about 60 feet. I'm not sure what Baron and Reese want to do as you guys find your way into the sewer. And as I said, about 15 feet in, it gets to be pitch black. Now, you can see shadows and whatnot being given off by the light from Zadkiel, but it is still very dark where you guys are. Is there anything that you guys want to do light-wise? All right, Ronnie.
Well, does it appear to be? Does it seem to me to be magical darkness?
No, it is regular darkness. It is just pitch black, and very, very smelly, which gives you a slight pause as you can smell the methane in the air, Baron.
Okay, well, I have a continual light coin.
Okay.
Which I can just hold it in the hand.
There you go.
Nice. Thank you, Baron.
There you go.
Which has got the staff, so I can flip it around and do stuff.
Yep. All right. So as Baron whips out his mystical, magical coin that now has light and about a 30-foot radius around you guys as you begin to move your way down through the sewers.
I look at
his... like one place I've been before.
Yes, I look at his coin. I go, "Oh, I thought we were trying to be discreet." And I make my sword.
Yeah, you can put it back in my pocket. That's no
Oh no,
problem.
you can leave it out. I'm just saying, you take my sword and make it 30 feet light.
Hey,
All right.
Uh,
As Zadkiel now has a 30-foot light around him. As you guys move,
I'll put the coin away.
as you guys
Yeah.
move through the tunnel or
pretty
through the sewers,
straightforward.
for the first major portion of the trip or the walk, you guys find yourselves sludging through the sludge. Eventually, it bends to the right as you follow along on your map, and it bends to the left. Finally, it comes to another right turn, and you guys find yourselves at a grating of some kind. You can see the grating's partially bust out, letting a lot of sludge and smaller pieces of detritus sort of make its way through. But on the other side of the grating, you can see there are a pair of bodies. And I have to put you guys back in your order. Sorry, because I didn't know what your order was going to be. So, Zadkiel here. Let me do this really quick. 30-foot radius. I don't know why it's not showing for him. So, it's Zadkiel, Deglin, Ronnie. Then
I asked the party if they want me to lower the light.
I don't know. I think it should be okay. But just on the edge of the light, through the grating, you can see there are two bloated bodies floating face down in the muck. They appear to be stuck along the sides.
Okay, go ahead.
Is there a way to open this? Does it look like there's
It
a
looks
crawl
like it's
space? Or?
No, there's a space where some of the bars have rotted away and some of the gunk has gotten through, but there's not enough room to fit through it, and it looks like a permanent grating designed to keep too much of the big stuff like wood chunks and bodies from floating down into the river.
All right, I'm going to look at the bars and try to maybe bend bars.
Okay, go ahead and give me a bend bars.
Up to 60%.
While he's doing that, I'm going to try to detect evil beyond the bars.
Okay, your detection finds no evil. Although this entire region does have a faint evil aura around it. What's your bend bar score?
60.
Yeah, you could just roll it right off the sheet. Just saying. I didn't know if you knew it or not.
Okay.
Oh, crap. Incoming raid.
What? Nuh-uh. We got an ad
I
break.
don't see a raid.
They might be coming in, but
The chicken tenders look good, though.
Oh, yeah, it did.
hey,
Lord
Jay!
Gazuba Raiders.
Yep. Woo!
Welcome,
Just
Raiders!
They can't say anything yet. Got 6 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Welcome back. Hey, Raiders. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Jay, how you doing, man? I didn't even realize you were streaming tonight till Monkey said something. So I told him, I said, go over there and tell Jay to raid us, man. We haven't seen him in a while, so we appreciate it. Somebody want to give a shout out to Jay for me? Man, it didn't even, did my raid even not show up on this? That's kind of irritating if it didn't. I mean, I saw them come in, but anyway, Raiders, thank you for coming in tonight. We are Agora Quest. We are a first edition stream tonight. You can also catch us on Friday nights on same channel, same time, just a 5th edition game. Our group is currently, hey, Oddman, thanks for showing up, coming across with Jay, man. We appreciate any and all love we can get. Everybody knows that Jay is the godfather of Greyhawk. So getting a raid from him is muy bueno. Been a while. But, yeah, I was surprised that you were streaming tonight, too. But Monkey said something, man. And I was kind of hoping that we would be here after your stream ended so we'd get an opportunity, man. We Welcome to everybody. Anyway, for those that don't know, our party has just left the free city of Greyhawk and is now traipsing their way through the lands of Ayus, currently in the sewers beneath the city of Daraka, as they are on their way to try to extract the Lord Homer, the Knight Commander of the Shieldlands, who was thought to be dead, but not so dead, as he has been discovered to be held in the jails beneath Ayus's capital city. So our party has taken it upon themselves to do a little bit of guerrilla warfare tactics and are now beneath the city in the sewers. They have just entered the sewers and have now come to their first encounter. Yeah, just mostly dead. All right. Oh, gotcha. Hey, man, appreciate you, Jay. I really do appreciate it, man. Okay, that explains why he was game in the night and not last night. That's cool. That's cool. Raiders, hang out, pull up a chair, pop a top, and enjoy yourselves. We are not as well defined or well refined a stream as Jay is, but we have fun in our own right. But let's get back to where we were, as our party has just come to a grating underneath the sewers, and on the other side of this grating, they see a pair of bloated bodies floating in the sludge. And hey, Cannibal, what's going on? Do I know what's going on? Sorry. Oh, yeah. So they are, most of our party is anywhere from 9th to 11th, going on 12th level. They are currently going against the City of Skulls. Oh, no! Okay. Now I get what you meant, Troy. It's September. All right. I'm just going to... It's weird. It's not showing up on my stream, man. Why is it not showing up? It's like showing up on the... showing up in the chat, but it's not showing up on the stream itself. I wonder what happened to my... I wonder if... Could have been... I'm not sure if I switched, because I was using a different layout for the last time we did this. But I can only fit 5 players on it instead of the 6. So here we go. Boy, wow. How Dude, how long did that take? Now they're all going to start rolling in one at a time, and it's going to just kick in. Here they come. Wow, that just took forever to show up, man. Anyway, I'm going to try to talk through this as we're watching our everybody drop the followers on us, or the streams on us. Definitely appreciate that, Troy. Use my hero, man. So anyway, you rolled a 51 out of a 60, right? So grabbing a hold of the bars, you find that they're rusty for the most part. They're ancient, and you easily manage to pull. And as you pull a couple of the bars apart, they snap. And 2 or 3 times after that, you manage to get yourself enough space to move through the grating. And I apologize if I'm a little ADD here, folks, because it's like more than 2 things going on at once, man. I start losing. So as you move through, all right. Again, even though it shows you guys able to move side by side, technically, you guys still are one behind the other. So as you move up, you can see that there are 2 bodies. They're bloated. Looks like they've been down here a while. They definitely appear to be human. They have normal clothing on. Can't really tell how they died from here. It is still pretty dark. It is still pretty rank. But yeah.
All right. Well, look and see if they have any gear with them. If not, then probably don't touch them. They may be diseased. We don't know.
So they don't appear to have anything on them. Mostly, even their clothing is just like rags, like only partially covering them. You can see all kinds of tiny bite marks and chew marks out of them. It looks like maybe the rats have gotten to them over a period of time. But yeah, from just an initial casual observation, they do not appear to have anything on their person.
Is the water flowing?
It's very slow. It's like a sludgy flow, but there is a slight current. but they appear to be
Put them
like,
into the current.
okay. All right.
Let them float out.
Okay.
Might take them a while, but
Well, not necessarily. I mean, they float down and they sort of get hung up as you actually, I should say, as you grab them, Deglin, to pull them back into the sludge to let it sort of flow. You taking care not to like really touch it, but you sort of move it, and as it sort of rolls over, this large bubble of noxious gas just explodes out of the side of the body. Give me a Constitution check, please.
okay. Also, would my necklace of adaptation help at all with that?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest let me do that, but
As it sort of floats on by. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. It's like,
Yep.
and that one goes, well, yeah. All right. So, fortunately, you don't suck in any of the poisonous, noxious fumes, and you manage to cover up and get out of the way as the bodies just sort of float past you, getting stuck up along the grating as you guys move past.
Okay.
could have been worse. It could have been ghouls.
Could have been ghouls. This is true.
With a roll of a 1, he probably thinks it's lunch.
All right. You guys continue.
Nummy num.
As you guys continue to move past the these two bodies floating in there, eventually you come to this little T intersection that branches to the left. Looking at your map, you realize you must continue forward, and you pass by yet another of the branches that go off into the darkness. The next branch, you guys find this is the way we should go, and you hang a right, slowly moving your way through the sludge once again. I forgot to mark off some hours here, so we're gonna. As you guys get to what looks to be a four-way intersection, suddenly bursting up out of the sewers are two Audiuks.
Oh shit!
And that's
And
where Audiuks, and that is where we are going to pause for our break. So when we come back, you guys will be able to get right into combat. I want to thank you guys, first of all, for raiding. I got a little distracted. I always do, especially when something on my stream isn't doing what it's supposed to do. All the follows, definitely appreciate. Troy, can't thank, if you're still here, cannot thank you enough for dropping the subscriptions on me. Happy September, everybody. By the way, you save like 30% if you on your subscriptions or whatever. But for some reason, it didn't show up in my stream, and I think it's because I'm in the process of shifting over to a new layout, and we used the layout last time. So I'm wondering if for some reason it's just not picking up, because I've got all of my like I got my goals, I got the chat backdrop, I've got all the stuff added to OBS here that it's supposed to be, but for some reason it didn't pick up the subscription. So I apologize. I hate missing that because I think it's pretty cool when we get that happening. But anyway, we're going to be taking a break here as per usual. For those that don't follow us, usually about 9:30 every stream. We take about a 15-minute break, so we're gonna go over to our breaks and be back in about 15 minutes. In the meantime, you can listen to the smooth, silky sounds of our very own Monkey Boogers. Check out his SoundCloud. In the meantime, hopefully you'll be back when we come back. But gives people a chance to do bio breaks, refill their beverage of choice. Make sure you get back in time to get a good seat. Don't want to miss what's up next. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, there it is. It's like, where does the next song go? Confuse me.
Advent Health. We know that life is filled with twists, turns, and pivots. We can give up, give in, or give it all we've got. We're always believing, never ceasing, future shapers, difference makers, taking on the day. We all have a divine light to guide us. So, whatever makes you feel whole, chase it. Learn more at adventhealth.com/human spirit. Advent Health. Feel whole.
We'll be back in about 2 minutes. As the heartbeat slowly goes down. And we are back. We are back. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. If you did hang out with us, if you didn't hang out with us, maybe we'll see you next time. We appreciate you coming by in the first place. But definitely appreciate Lord Kazumba bringing all y'all on his coattails. Dare I say, I see Gary Aholian out there. Is that true? Is that really the Pluffett Smedger out there? I not for sure. It says he's here, but he probably was here, but now he's gone, but it just hasn't updated on my system, but I don't care because we have Greyhawk's finest rolling through our front door. So I appreciate anybody that's still out there. All like 6 of y'all, however many there are. Appreciate it. But we are back. Players, are we all back? Am I missing anybody? Did anybody leave and not make it?
I am here, sir.
We are all here.
Ready to die in a glorious battle.
Mm-hmm. Can only hope. All right. So, Varys, you back? Reese, you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
I'm back.
All right, cool. Yeah, I know you guys are either push to talk or on mute or whatever. I just want to make sure. All right. So, when we last left, our party has traversed their way rather easily, I might add, I probably could have made it harder, but, dice being what they are. But our party managed to work their way across the lands of Ayus, got to the wharfs outside the city of Daraka, BS'd their way past a dunce crew of orcs, and found a sewer entrance that they have been looking for that allegedly leads into the underside of Daraka. And in particular, there is a manhole cover leading into the jails, wherein the party is hopefully going to go rescue the Knight Commander of the Shieldlands. So they have made it past a sewer grate, and now they have stumbled in this four-way intersection as they were getting ready to turn right. Suddenly coming up out of the sludge are a pair of rather large, nasty-looking Ayugs. And with that, we are going to start off our real first combat for the night. Actions, Baron.
Baron will be casting a slow spell at the one that's behind him.
All right. Deglin, action.
Spell as well.
Reese, action.
Casting a spell.
Man, you spell slingers. Ronnie Noblight, action.
Ray gun, DM.
Gotcha. The laser or the blaster?
The blaster pistol. That's all I got. I don't have a laser.
Okay. I think Varys is the one ahead. Varys, action.
Paralyzed pistol.
All right, and Zadkiel.
You know me, Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
No, I have a question actually.
I don't even know if there's a Toll the Dead spell in this.
No, just messing with you.
Okay.
So my boots of striding and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna get a because it allows me to attack and spring away in one movement?
Mm-hmm.
Are they gonna get an attack on me, or is that part of the boots' ability to avoid?
It does not avoid that I'm aware of, unless it specifically says on the boots that you can avoid any kind of opportunity attack when they're leaving, then or when you're leaving out, then no.
Okay.
So let me see if it says anything in the details that I can see.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Your base speed increases to 120. You can spring 15 feet straight up, 30 feet across. And the springing movement can always be used in combat to attack and spring away if the wearer has the initiative. Under such conditions, they have a base chance of 20 to stumble, decreased by 1 for each other. So, essentially, you can attack and move away, but they are going to get at least one attack on you as you are springing away, and there's a 20% chance minus, what's your dexterity? 16, I think? Yeah, so,
it might be,
20% minus 4, so it'd be a 16% chance for you to stumble and fall, if you do that in combat.
Okay, and if I were to just spring forward, will that allow me to have any type of extra, like a charge bonus or anything like that? Or is it just okay? Then I'm just gonna charge it.
Okay. All right. And by the way, even though the map may look like it's a deep pool here, it's the flow is still the same. It's still roughly 1.5 feet deep of gunk. But as these creatures come up out of the sludge, attacking, and so you're just going to attack with your sword then, Zadkiel?
Yes, sir.
All right. As we set up combat, and we begin combat. Interesting. Why is it not? Oh,
Well, I like
that's
that.
weird. It didn't. Well, it puts them in the order that they go, but it didn't actually roll the. It didn't put the dice roll that they had here. So, okay, fine by me.
I see 3 and 6.
Yeah, 3 and 6.
Yeah,
It's right
mine.
there.
Yeah, mine is showing nothing. Yeah, even on for the initiative, everything it's showing nothing on either the stream nor mine, which I don't know why it's doing that, but that's okay. All right. So, as their actions, they get multi-attack. They get 2 tentacles and a bite attack. So, as this creature moves up, its first tentacle.
We got initiative.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
with
it
3 and
does.
6, and we got the 6.
That's weird. Okay, let me have to refresh the page because if you're looking at the stream, you can see that it's not even showing anything, and it's showing the audio is going first. So it's like mine never updated. So
Opponent is
Oh.
3 and ours is 6.
yeah, that's give me a second. Let's hope that it doesn't die on me because it's been loading pretty fast. It's actually been loading really fast, which is kind of scary because I'm gonna have to refresh the page. And you watch. Now it's going to die on me. So this is.
I was gonna say, don't jinx yourself.
Yeah, this is where the stream starts to fall apart because everything's been going so smoothly and going so well. Then I'm trying to refresh the page because on mine, there we go. Yeah, see, even though it's refreshed.
It showed it on yours. I just saw it.
I know it. It shows, again, it shows the chat, opponent 3, party 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I want to.
You can skip them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something's going on with, I mean, yes, I can skip them, but I don't know why it's not showing anything. It's like it refreshed it and left it for me. It won't even let me change the dice. All right. So, spellcasters. What the hell? Oh my God. What the Again, this is where I really start to get flustered because it's like I'm clicking to re-roll initiative and nothing's happening. It's just sitting here. So I'll bet you that there is.
Forge, we love you.
Yep.
Hey, not to sound like a jerk or nothing, but are you doing what I did that one time where you click on the stream instead of your thing?
No, I can see on both, right? So I'm looking at the stream version. And it's showing again. It's showing that right now the audio is up. It shows in chat that the opponent's got a 3 and the party got a 6. So in theory, the party should be here. But even if I try to re-roll, let me try this. Let me see if it shows up now. Yeah, see, it's not updating the combat. So for me, it might be updating for you guys, but it's not updating for me on the combat. So it keeps showing the creatures as going first.
In the case of what you just rolled, they would.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying it's not even updating the initiative on the chart. It's still showing the dice. So if
Do you have
look
a
on the
free screen option or something?
well, that's again, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is happening, which is, the good and the bad with. All right, let me try this again.
Well, our system
Okay, movement change to free
Ah,
movement.
yep, because I ended combat, so now I'm going to redo it.
I bet you that fixes it.
I tried using the system for my 2E game, and I've had to play around with it a lot.
Okay, combat turn.
Yeah, they just have too much stuff.
Yeah, so I said I don't. Again, it's never done this before. It's even like when I was testing and stuff, everything works fine. So I am just going to have to manually keep track of who. So Baron, you're up.
I think it's
Okay,
global
good,
warming, DM.
That's got to be what it is. It's because it's Labor Day. It's Happy Communist Day. So
I was doing some research on that. Not exactly.
not exactly. It started with the New York Labor
I was a working
Union.
man at one time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still a working man, so nothing wrong with that. Anyway, so Baron, go ahead. You go first. I'm just going to have to ignore what the game says and just do it manually.
Okay, I'm going to
That's
cast.
what she said.
I am going to cast slow. I've already targeted the one that's behind me.
Okay.
I think. Apply.
Yep.
And I keep getting my sheet back up. Okay.
All right. So, is there there is no save on the slow then?
There it is. Yes. Okay. And
its movement is 60, so you can affect 60 halved.
Okay.
Well, did you already
I just
do
click on
cat?
that.
Yeah, that should be fine. Yep, it's considered slow, and now it'll attack this turn, and then it'll have to skip next turn. Actually, no. It only gets half its attacks, right? Is that what it is?
I think so.
Is it half its attacks, or is it every other? Because
they get their attacks every other round.
Okay.
Or half, one attack one round and one attack the other, which would be the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool.
Notice that Baron is standing upright and making eye contact with everybody.
Okay. All right. After Baron, Deglin, action. By the way, I'm going to move this one back. Go ahead.
So cast my spell?
Yeah, it's your turn.
I'm casting Continual Light at the one above, to the north.
Okay. That's weird that it's doing
103.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, they've got something new built in that has I think they're trying to get it so when you have spellcasters, it'll set their initiative for the spellcaster, right? So when you say you want to cast a spell, it rolled an initiative for the spellcaster of 103, right? Because they add these modifiers based on the speed of the spell that you cast. And so
3-segment spell.
Right. So again, if you look on yours, it did an initiative for slow as well. So I don't know what they're trying to do, but I think what they're trying to do is figure out who can cast the spells faster because spellcasters always go first. So if you guys cast your spell, then it'll say, oh, you go first, or you go next or whatever. But it's not tracking it correctly in the combat thing. So again, I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, Continual Light to do what?
Blind it.
That's what's the thing of the spell say? Is it a spell saving throw to not get affected, or because it's not an automatic hit?
I think he has to roll it.
I can look this up because I got a book right here.
Yeah, I think you have to roll to hit to see if you hit with the spell, and it still gets a saving throw versus spells, I think.
All right, I'm bringing it up. Come on.
Okay, let's see. Continual Light.
I wonder what those 5th edition people do, since we've all been playing this game for 40 years and still look at the books almost every 2 minutes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, that's just because I don't have all the spells memorized. I expect you guys, if you're casting a spell, I expect you guys to know what the spell stuff is. So
that's why I'm a fighter.
And well, we should.
Okay. Spell simulator light spell, except that it is negated, and its brightness is very great, illuminating full day. You can cast in the air or onto an object or a creature. Third case, the continual light space affects the space 1 foot behind the creature if the later makes its saving throw. So it has to make a saving throw, and if it does, then the spell is cast behind it.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's on page 46 of your hymnal.
I like it.
Hymnal.
Yeah, he is a wizard. As he made his saving throw, as the continual light spell goes off behind him. Reese, your spell turn. Do you want him to move or anything like that, Declan? You still have that you can move 10 feet if you want to.
I can't see squares on this, but if
Yeah,
I can, I'll probably go forward here. Trying. It's not letting me.
You know why?
Now?
The reason I moved you, the reason it's not is because my game system says it's the creature's turn. So it's still movement. I'm gonna have to unlock movement here. So I just made it the free movement, so you guys will be able to move your own tokens now.
Okay, so that's where I was going.
All right.
Bob Marley approves.
Sweet. All right. Yeah. Now that we got this semi cluster unfucked, Reese, you're up. Spiritual weapon. Targeting the one up to the north, I think.
Yeah. So now what?
You just have to roll it to hit. Just do cast.
I'm looking. I just checked the slow spell. It looks like it gets 1 or 2 attacks the first round, and then 1 or 2 the second round.
Yep. So it splits them up.
You figure out how that works.
I don't know.
All right. So just now, essentially, it's got the spiritual weapon around it. So now just roll it to hit. Roll a 20-sided and add whatever bonuses you have to hit with your spell. This is getting to be out of hand. All right, there. What does that hit? An 11 hits armor class what for you? Well, its armor class is 0. Its armor class is 0.
Oh,
the creature's armor class. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a hit.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Is
I needed 12 to get a 0.
Don't have Thaco anywhere.
You don't have a Thaco?
You're a 10th level. Oh, you're 10th level druid, right?
All right.
No, it was a
14
cleric.
is 0. So I missed.
Yep. All right. You need a 14 to hit armor class 0?
That's
it should
what
be
it's
13.
Going.
Hey, my wife could do math in her head. She learned how to do Thaco.
Nice. I was looking to see.
Well, even if it's 13, I still missed.
Yeah, because you don't have enough points to bump it up anyway. You only have 2 points, so you make it 13. Yep. All right. So that is it for Reese. Ronnie Noblight, you're up. Man, this is irritating, just to say the least. It's so weird. Initiative for Blaster.
Doing individual
initiatives
for everything.
Yeah, there's something that they've added to the new game system that I have no clue what it's for, but it shouldn't matter at all. Oh, as he hits. Yeah, I don't know why you're getting a -5. It's range? No. Yeah, you're 1d20. Yeah, you rolled a 17. You rolled an 18 total, so that -5 is bogus. I don't know why it keeps adding that, but that hits. All right, 15 hit points of damage. As you rolled a 12, 13.
That's 12.
That's a 13. Does what's your Thaco?
I mean, my 14. I'll use one of my points, DM.
All right. You have 1 left. All right, so that hits.
Oh, geez, look at that.
Oh, oh,
Very nice.
That's still a
I thought you were
strange-looking
hitting the one
wall.
down south. Okay, yep. Boom! As the second one goes blasting through, eviscerating the creature, and it is no more.
How'd that get moved way over there?
I don't know. A lot of times, I think Baron has that problem when he hits like a shift and a T or something like that. All of a sudden, it ends up
Oh,
moving.
yeah, I
with the
use
arrows
Cruiser.
key. Yeah. All right, Varys, you're up.
Alright. Let me turn it this way.
Man, you guys are gonna
I
take
was
these
able
things out.
to move my. I was able to move my token by myself by hitting the arrow keys, but it doesn't
Yep.
seem to be doing it now.
Yep.
Don't forget to target your creature.
He did. It's weird that it's rolling this initiative for paralysis. Who cares about that? Just roll the attack. That's all we care about. Bizarre.
It's
Yo, 12. What's your THACO? Your THACO is. Ooh, where is it?
I think
not
it's
showing.
actually on the character sheets.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was just looking.
16.
16. Yep. So that misses. Because it is armor class 0 as a paralysis blasts across, but it misses. All right.
I have to look up my THACO. I'm doing something very wrong.
Zadkill.
All right. Oh, I just scored a critical hit on the damn mosquito. All right. He's been feeding off me for the last 3 days. Okay. I'm going to do the charge, and let's hope I get a 19 or 20.
Are you closing or charging?
I'm charging.
Same thing.
Well, no, it's not.
Well, I know, but technically, doing a charge when you're only moving 5 feet, I don't really think that counts as a
That's
charge. But
closing.
Okay, well then I'm just moving forward and keeping it.
yeah,
Whatever.
that's fine.
Oh, I gotta target it. Sorry.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. No, don't worry. This is something that they built into the game system, and I'm gonna try to find a way to turn it off because I've never seen this. So this literally was their latest update, I'm assuming. And again, I think it's because I'll bet you there's something set where instead of group initiative, it's individual initiative. But just roll your attack. Don't worry about the
Just
initiative.
use 20-sided then and just do it manually?
No. You can still click on your sword to do it.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know why, for whatever reason, they have this initiative going first, but I'm going to find a way. Oh, no, nat 1. First attack misses.
Well, I'm going to use my natural 20.
Okay.
Cut his head off.
All right. Go run your nat 20. Go ahead and roll your damage first of all. And I shall apply.
Oh, his head comes off.
No. Not necessarily.
Oh.
That's what
I
the
believe-
Keyblade does, isn't it?
I thought there was a roll to have something come off, so hang on.
Not a Vorpal weapon?
No.
It's similar. It's like a
It's
sort of sharpness. Something will come off. It may not be as
Oh,
heavy.
yeah, sword of sharpness. Well,
No,
it's a
that's-
limb.
yes,
Okay.
when wielding in combat and a high to hit is thrown, this powerful blade will sever a random extremity or appendage, including the neck or head. When in
Right.
combat, the GM should assign a value to each extremity, and the dice result randomly. A lizard man, for example, would have 6 extremities, and a successful hit could suffer. So in this case, this particular creature has
I just did
1, 2, 3.
9.
17 points of damage.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because it doesn't have. Yeah, it does has 4. So 9. So roll a d10.
All right.
A 9 or a 10, you decapitate it. Boom, decapitated
And
Thank
that's
you.
why we
My
play the
sword.
game.
My sword's name is Paul, by the way.
it.
All
All right.
Thank you, Paul.
Well, that was shitty and quick, but that's all right.
I do my Lords of Light.
All right. As you guys find yourselves back in the quietness of the sewers, have you managed to take out these two creatures? As you decapitate the one and his guts spill all over the floor and the little raised elevated walkway here, you hear the tinkle of coins as several coins land on the platform here while others bloop, 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 into the sewage below.
Where are the coins coming from?
Its body, it has inside its body. It's guts. Its guts
I was
spilled
like,
up.
is there a grate above us? And people are throwing coins. Great kill!
No, it came from inside the
3
creature
coins
as
in
its guts spilt out. There was some coins that landed, but other coins that slid off into the sewage below. Although, if you wanted to reach down and find them, you probably could.
I saw my metal detector.
What's that?
I said pull out my metal detector.
yeah, I'm not digging around in crap and get gold.
Yeah, I
And then
saw
my
that. I
brain-
saw that in the Magic Christian movie. It didn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah.
Hang on. Varys was saying something. You guys are talking over him. What's that, Varys?
Yeah. And then I pull out my old man grabbing tool. And grab the ones in
I
the
have
tube.
one of those, so I don't have to stoop too far
I
over.
do too. So I'll pick up the coins.
All right. Unfortunately, you can't get any from the sewage. You don't find any,
Yeah.
but you do find a total of 10 silver coins sitting on the little ledge here, and you manage to clean off the sewage from them and pop them in pouch. Whoever wants to take them.
I'm just writing them on the trash.
Not me.
I'm not touching it.
Yeah. It's Zadkiel's kill. Give him the coins. These coins are going over your eyes when you die, Zadkiel.
Just make sure you wipe the fecal matter off.
Yeah, don't want to give the dead body pink eye when he's dead. You know.
Came in from the
Flare the
boat,
pennies on your eyes.
Yep.
All right, this is the I don't see a 4-way intersection
This
I
is
do.
on the map.
That's up
right
top.
here.
There?
Right here, this little T right in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
As you guys were coming around, you made a right, and now you hit this little 4-way intersection right here.
Go straight.
As you go straight, and you follow, making
Follow
It looks
the
like we can actually
left.
walk. It looks like we can
So
actually
the
walk
second
on
the
the side
second
of it.
opening to the right is where we want to go.
No, I think we already did. We took that.
Oh, we already
70
did that. Then we
Yeah.
we keep going straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
what I said. As you hit this 4-way intersection, the creatures came out. Right?
Okay.
And
Is it
that's when
okay
they
if we
attacked
walk
you.
on the walkway?
Yeah, there's only
So there is possible to do that, but it's only there for a little bit and then it crumbles away and you end up walking and you spend more time trying to climb out of the sewage to walk 5 feet on a ledge only to get back in the sewage again. So yes, the short answer is yes, you can. The long answer is it's a little bit of a
Don't bother.
wasted time climbing out and then sliding right back into the muck.
I'm going to have to burn these boots again.
Oh, stop. As you guys continue, just light a fireball right here. What could go wrong? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I want to say the first time I ever played this, the players saw these audios and they fireballed them.
That's your story. I'm sticking to it.
Not realizing that the
methane.
the methane in the sewer. Yeah.
Well, they weren't wearing rings of fire resistance.
No, they were not, but they
They wouldn't have known that anyway. That would have been like the game.
they face planted in the sewage. But so as you guys continue to move your way along, heading north, turning to the west, heading south, following all these branches. Eventually, you guys find a spot where you can see there is a ladder running up to the ceiling about 15 feet ahead or up above you. You can see the back of a sewer grate. Now, the tunnel you are on continues if you so desire to kind of continue, but this is apparently the X spot that you guys were seeking when you originally entered into the sewers.
I look at everybody. I lower my light to 5 feet,
Okay.
and I look at everybody and I go, shh. And I'm going to detect evil above us.
You can detect evil everywhere. There is a very prominent sense of evil that gives you chills, to say the least. Both a strong, what I like to call an acute evil, meaning there's specific creatures of evil all over the place around here. And there's also a chronic evil where it's almost like it's in the background, sort of like painting on a canvas of evil that's in the air all around you, like an aura. But then every so often you get the sense of this super evil entity somewhere in the city.
I'm going to recommend...
But it's within 60 feet of you, so in the direction mostly down, not too much up, but it's definitely evil all around.
I'm going to recommend the whoever's carrying the scroll that we can teleport or whatever, phase out or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
to make sure it's not covered in poop so they won't have a problem reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might need to get a fast getaway or something.
Well,
yeah. I'm sure that we've got we've got scroll cases for that very purpose.
Yep.
Okay.
And don't forget what they said about using that, any kind of a dimension door or teleport or planar travel, any of that within the city, what could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get thrown to the abyss.
Yep. And the closer you are to the city, the greater the chance of you winding up in the abyss by casting that spell.
Yeah,
So,
we're going to want to do that outside the city and away from it.
Exactly. I mean, Varys was shaky enough coming to this place. Don't think he's going to want to go further down.
Nope. And we're probably going to want to not smell like sewer. Around.
Although maybe smelling like sewer is not bad because that.
Well, yeah. But
so
I'm gonna at least clean off my boots.
Okay. That being said, you guys find yourselves able to stand on a little platform ledge around the area where this ladder. Now it is iron and kind of rusty and has mud and slime and what still on it. Looks like it hasn't been used in a while because it is very dried sewage and stuff on there. So it doesn't look like anybody's been up and down this for quite some time. Who wants to go up?
I'm going to look at Varys now. So you want to do the honors?
Yeah.
Well, if it won't hold Varys, it's not going to hold you. It's not going to hold the armored guys.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. I got this potion of ESP. This is a perfect place to use this potion of ESP. And just to see if we can't see what might be on this. Let me grab my DMG and make sure I got a good, instead of pulling it off out of my fourth point of contact.
Yep. No worries. I will give you.
What time of day is it now?
Not sure. You guys have been in. You guys got into the sewer.
Idea.
You guys got into the sewer. You probably figured it was about 3 hours past sundown. You've probably been in the sewers another hour and a half, give or take, as you've been, because it hasn't been like running through the sewers. You've been slowly working your way through the sewers. Between the combat and trying to get past the bloated bodies, I would say close to midnight. Maybe not quite that late. Maybe like 10 o'clock or so. But anyway.
All right, DM. So it will. The ESP potion will confer the ability for 5 to 40 rounds, 5d8,
Okay.
and it will give me the surface thoughts of any creature within range,
Okay.
and that range would be 5 feet per level or 90 feet maximum.
Okay. So we'll go with 90 feet.
Well, I would think. I mean, I'm what 11, so that
Yeah, but you got to remember potions. You never know what level potions are done, but I'm just going to say. Yeah.
All right. So let me open up a sheet and drink one of these.
Okay. And let me. Figure out where 90 feet is.
Man, I still want to try to mix 2 potions right now.
Oh, you can do it for half duration?
I did it for half a duration.
All right, so give me roll 5d8 and divide by 2, please. All right. So essentially, it's going to let you go for about 6 rounds, make 7 rounds, rounded up. You begin to stretch your mind upwards and then outwards as far as you can. Immediately, you start getting dozens of voices in your head. Some of them just gibberish. You have no idea what they're saying. They're almost like they're crazy mad people. Other ones are, it's almost like they're reliving their lives, wondering what they did to get put in a place like this and how they're going to be eaten by whatever creatures Ayus wants to be eaten by. Suddenly, you get a guttural sort of a feeling in the sense of, shit, it's almost time to go on watch. And you realize that you're inside the mind of an ogre, but you're actually able to kind of understand through common what it's talking. So it's apparently one of the guards up there. And then once again, your mind sweeps over and you just start feeling dozens of minds all at once, like this cacophony of people screaming in fear. And what really gets your attention is about a half a dozen of those minds are the minds of children, wondering what's going to happen to them, where their mommy and daddy are, etc., etc. And then it goes away. But interestingly, nothing that you were trying to, anything that you found in its mind, if you will, was any closer than about 70 feet. So there's nothing very close to where you are right now.
All right. Well, I let the guys know that, and in that note, it did mention that there was an ogre somewhere in it, and so I tell
there
them,
are. Well, yeah, that's what they said. The guards on the first level tend to be orcs and ogres, maybe trolls, but there's also a giant, some kind of a giant, what they call a twisted, wretched giant, and a priest of Ayus. Those are the two sort of leaders of the first level of the jails.
so I just let the guys know it looks like we can safely go up, but there'll be enemy in the area.
Okay. So, does anybody want to go up?
And remember, we want to try to. I'll go first, but we want to try to not engage if we can help it.
Okay.
Well,
All
we
right.
might have a hard time not engaging once we're inside here.
Yeah.
I will tell you. Remember, when it's raining is my safe word. And who's the best negotiator here? And who can speak orc?
I can speak with.
Very well. I slowly climb up.
Okay.
I put my sword away though.
Okay.
I sheath it and then I just slowly climb up.
Okay. You climb up the ladder, and at the top, you find yourself on the underside of some kind of a trap door.
I slowly slide back down.
Okay.
Seems to be trapped.
No, it's not. It's a trap door.
Oh, a trap door. I climb back
you're
up.
You're a paladin. You wouldn't know it's trapped anyway. It's a trap door. It's a 5-foot square
Gotcha.
wood and iron bound door set into the floor, or in this case, the ceiling.
Yeah, I misheard you. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm just teasing on you.
All right, so I climb back up
Okay.
and I pull out. Let me see. I'm gonna pull out my wood sword
Okay.
and I'm gonna push up on the
All right.
on the trapdoor very very slowly, very gently.
You start pushing gently, and it doesn't budge. You start straining a little more, and it doesn't budge. You put your shoulder up to it finally, and you can just barely get it to budge, but not enough, and then it's back down. There's something on top of the door in the room above that is preventing you from being able to lift and move it.
Okay, I'm going to try and use my strength to lift it. Open
Okay,
doors.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me look at it.
What's that?
Varys wants to climb up and look at it.
All right.
You can fit 2, even 3 people on the ladder at once up there. I mean, it's a pretty wide little ladder.
All right. Then I'll go up and try to push it open.
Well, hang on. It might just
You want
be
to check
a
it for
lot.
traps first?
It
Yeah.
might just be a lot.
Okay.
Remember, we're not supposed to attract attention. You start ripping doors, that's going to attract attention.
Okay.
So I'm going to climb up and have a look.
Okay.
Is it a lock or a bar? Or...
Can't tell from the underside. There's nothing on this side that. Yeah, there's nothing on this side that indicates there's anything holding it in place. From Zadkill's description, it's like there's maybe stuff stacked on top of it. There could be a lock up there. Could be a lock up there, but he got the impression that there was some stuff packed on top of this that was preventing him from pushing it up.
All right, well.
But you're welcome to give a look-see if you want.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Okay.
When you want me to roll?
Just like a find remove traps type of thing. So yeah, looking around, you don't find anything that indicates any kind of a trap. Looking around, this looks like it hasn't been used in quite a while. So it's quite possible that they've just some storeroom above or some room above. They just put shit over the top of it, and then now it won't budge because whatever's on top is heavy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna climb down and say, I hope there's not any money in the storage room or whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going to push it open. I'm not going to push it open violently. I'm going to push slowly if I'm successful.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling them.
Okay. Deglin, as you climb up there, you are there with Zadkiel.
Ah, good. Okay.
That's it.
I tell them
both get up there.
All right. So if I fail, am I able to try again if I take a potion?
No, it's you guys are now going to try with the both of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what Deglin came up to do.
Right.
Yeah, the open doors is not highlighted.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Actually, that's weird. It isn't. But that's okay. Your strength is 20. And
yeah, I got a
1853. Yep. So between the two of you, being as that your score is greater than 30, you manage to begin to lift, push. Suddenly it sort of gives way. You hear the sliding of wood on wood, and then there's a crash sound as whatever was on top of this door has tumbled over and crashed into the floor, sending you both sort of pushing up, and the door flies up and slams down on the floor inside a room. You can see that this is some sort of a storage chamber that you guys find yourself in. Give or take, you want to say it's about 30-foot square. There's a bunch of just kind of like my garage right now. It's like everything that I own is in the garage. As you guys find yourself, just a second here. Yes. That's weird that it's showing the whole thing. I wonder if it's only on the stream. I'm not sure what you guys see, but the whole stream is showing. Anyway.
It's only one room that's lit up. Everything is grayed out. We can see it, but it's gray.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know why it's kind of weird that it's doing that.
Hey, avoid the middle room.
Yeah, exactly. That's. I'm just kind of wondering.
I want to run up the rest of the rungs to get into the room as fast as possible.
Okay, that's weird that it's doing that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm doing the same, and as soon as I get up, if there's nothing there, I'm gonna quickly try to see what fell and try to stack it back up quietly.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna start kicking it. So if anybody comes in the room,
I'm gonna take my keyblade, cut his head off. Just kidding. Get your leg off. Stop it.
If anybody comes in the room, then I'll start kicking and yelling like, "God damn it! Why does this shit fall over? It's always causing problems."
Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk because I will say the truth. Probably.
Weird.
Turn off the ladder, and then once everybody's up, let's shut the door and stash some shit back on it.
All right, so let's try this again. This is just absolutely bizarre, man. I've just never seen this. But anyway, I'm not going to bother with it too much. All right, so eventually you guys all climb up. A few minutes pass, and you find that, well, apparently nobody has come to investigate or whatever. Nobody heard it or whatever the case may be. But again, you just find yourself in this and some kind of an old storage chamber of some sort with only one exit.
Restack the boxes close the door and restack the box,
okay.
And then see what's in them. See, or just kind of get a gleaning of what's in.
Trash, nothing, just general stuff, right? Nothing in particular that I have detailed or listed out. So.
No clothings or personal items of detainees or anything?
No, it doesn't appear to be. It just appears to be, well, old clothes, old ratty clothes, old stuff, old furniture, wood planks. Just like somebody found a garage and started throwing all the crap that they didn't want in here. And that's what it ended up being.
Perfect place to hide a holy avenger.
Oh, so good of a place.
And there it is.
Varys, go ahead and give me an investigation of the door.
Yeah, I want to see if it's locked.
It is obviously locked. It has an old beat up, half fallen apart looking lock. Get a 20% bonus to pick it. Not that you needed it, but you tinker with it, and the lock opens and almost falls off. You have to kind of put it back together. The little latch sort of comes out of the body, and you're like, oh, shit. And you kind of stick it back in there, get it back together to make it look. On the other side of it, you find a 20-foot wide hallway that leads off to the left.
I don't see any guards or anything.
Not in here, you do not. This appears to be a wide, but you do see a couple of doors off to the left.
Yeah, I motion for everybody to come out. And then I'm going to, relock the door.
Okay.
Come on, people.
You are where we can see this whole map, right, DM?
Yeah, I know, and I don't know why. I have zero idea why. It's like I don't know. I'm baffled as you are.
I just
Well,
didn't
we
want to
don't
make it look like I was cheating when I knew exactly where to go
No.
to find those stairs.
No, that's it's all right. I know you're cheating. It's okay. No big deal.
I'm a paladin. I don't cheat. The guys is just on our side.
Yeah,
we don't want to linger here anyway. So.
Yep. I wish I could explain why it is. I've got all the walls built and everything, but for some reason it just doesn't want to play nice. So it's all right. No big deal.
Man.
No big deal. All right. So anyway, as you guys step out
Reese,
of...
come on, man. Reese is still in the... At least on my map, Reese has not moved out of the room.
He's not.
Yeah,
Reese
he's
is still
in
there.
there.
There you go.
Yep. As you relock the door.
Yep.
All right, the door is locked. Again, you find yourself, there are a couple of doors here leading, and then the hallway, as I said, it's about 20 feet wide. Each square is about 10 feet. So you guys find yourself about in a 20-foot wide hallway leading to the west, and down at the end, you see it turns north.
What are we using for light at this point?
All right.
Well, I reduced my light for 5 feet.
I want to turn myself. I may not using my bracelet.
Okay.
So, because all of us humans in here are going to be kind of odd man out or something.
Okay.
So,
And you are going to turn yourself into...
let me see how... Okay.
Damn it, come on.
So, yeah, so I can do human, humanoid, or anything generally man-shaped by pedal.
Yep.
So, I want to turn myself into an orphan.
Okay.
Into
Which is like big nasty orc.
Yeah. Hang on. Sorry. Give me just a second here. I am...
I mean, kind of ugly because my charisma was only a 9.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's a reason why. It's like why my walls aren't blocking.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to... Normal walls. Yeah, I don't... I'll try to figure it out later. That's fine. I won't worry about it. But anyway, as I said, you guys find yourselves in this hallway. Varys, how long does it last? I'm sorry. I think you told me, but I just don't remember off the top of my head.
So I have to roll 2d6.
Okay.
And it'll also get 2 rounds per level, and you said it was 12th level. So 24 rounds. So let me do plus 24.
So essentially
34 rounds.
34 rounds. So I just say around a minute. So half hour. I'm going to say it lasts for a half hour. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So let me make sure that we have the timer is running.
Yeah.
And
the rest of us are interrogators sent to specifically interrogate her. What's his name?
Homer.
Homer, that's it.
All right.
I'm gonna pretend to be your boss.
Okay.
Yep, that's right. You're the one escorting us and leading us to the prisoner.
Yep.
All right. All right. As you guys move down the hallway, you pass by the first door. As you can see.
I'm stuck on. There we go.
Good.
Yeah, I was stuck. I couldn't move. Who's in the second door? Do we want to look in there? Is there like a grating to look?
No, there's no grating that looks in at all. It's a solid door, just like the one you just left.
All right. Well, we don't know where this guy is. Do we need to check every room then?
Well, he's
Well,
not
we
on
think
the
he's on the
floor.
bottom dungeon level.
Yeah, he's not. He's
Has there
upper
been any
level.
foot traffic through here?
The floors themselves are dirty and grungy. Looks like there is a lot of well-worn traffic in this hall.
Okay. So we can expect guards.
Quite
Yeah.
possibly, yes.
That's why I did what I did.
Makes sense. That's a perfect idea.
Most of these rooms are probably cells or barracks or storage rooms. So, we're gonna have to just plant my ear. We don't really have time to look in every room. We just
Does
gotta-
we don't have locate object or a potion like that, huh?
no, well, that's probably
I
not
have
gonna
a
work in here.
scroll. I have a scroll of locate object.
Yeah, but he's not an object, and you have to have
No.
you have to know him
Yeah.
or know of him or whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it.
That's true.
And he's in a deeper dungeon anyway, supposedly. So,
Do we know what level we're on?
we're level 1.
Yep. Supposedly, you guys are on the first level where the orcs and ogres and everything run the prisoners. Somehow, you have to find your way down lower.
Yeah. Well, you want to look in these rooms real quick, or not? I mean, we don't know.
Well,
I say, I would say it was probably with somebody that's important. If that guy seems to be that important, he's probably got guards around him. So I would say avoid any doors that are not guarded.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. If we were near a
Check
cell
around.
block, we would see guards. So,
Check around that corner, invisible.
yeah. Well, I just walk around and look.
Yep.
I look
As you
like
turn around and look, you can see the hallway extends north for a fair distance.
I'm walking like I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Did we lose Reese?
Yeah, he's
I don't. I
hanging
can't.
back.
Yeah.
He's stuck in a wall, maybe. I don't know.
No, he's still there, but I mean, he hasn't said anything, and then he's still. So I'm moving his token for him, but I don't know if he's not connected to us anymore or what. Going around the
He's
corner.
on the.
Yeah, no. Going
Now,
around.
are these are these cells that we're looking at?
No, they're doors.
They're doors that you can't see in.
Where? What are you talking about?
Like
To the-
three.
No, there's a door there, so you can't see through the door.
Oh, okay. It's not a cell door.
No, it's just a door.
Okay, good. Just checking.
Yep. Again, as you move, you see that the hallway runs for about 60 or so, 80 or so feet, turns to the left, and there's a door on the right. The door on the right, from what you can see, looks to be metallic of some kind, and has like a grating that you can look through, almost like a cell door.
I mean, I'll take a look.
Okay.
Just for
You can see you can see through the grating that there's just a hallway leading out. Not sure where it goes. You can see a door across the hall over here. But the hallway disappears out of sight, and you can't really get a good angle looking. You can see that down the hall there's another door on the north wall. But again, this door looks to be solid. And it has a solid looking lock in it.
Does the map say anything about?
No, you guys don't have anything for the dungeon or for the.
Yeah, we don't have any idea what.
I tell Paris that as like, this seems like a door that is locked and sturdy might hide a prisoner. of importance. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna worry about cells later. We need to know where like the parrots are, so we don't like make them all come running at us.
Okay.
God, America. Time I touch it.
Is this another cell?
Every time I touch my character, that damn screen pops up with all of my
I know.
potions.
Yeah,
know.
me too.
I think I'm gonna end up getting rid of that module because it's like you can place it somewhere on the map, and every time you touch your token, it'll open up that same spot. But it's like you always want it at a different spot, so it's like irritating. Anyway, this is a solid iron door leading to the north. This door to the south is another iron door, but it has a grating in it, so you can see.
Oh, let's go check that out. Yeah. Do it invisible so nobody sees.
What?
What are you trying to do?
I was going to have him look at door number 4 there, and while he's invisible, nobody sees him through the grates.
Well, I look like an orc, so I'm just.
Orc or ogre?
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah, Ogre.
Yeah.
Which is like an orc-like.
Yeah. As you look through, you could see this is another solid iron door with a well-made padlock or a well-made locking mechanism. There is a grating in it, and through the other side, you can see that there is a patrol of guards apparently moving through what appears to be a cell block of some kind, because you saw just inside here, you saw a cell door, another one of these doors that looks like a cell door. So it looks like that may be a cell block of some kind, but you can see guards. They're moving away from you as you look through the door, and you sort of pull back, and it doesn't appear as if anybody has seen you.
I was just going to ask him where the stairwell was.
Where the what?
If they inquired, I was going to give them my story about prison transfer.
I like it.
So lot.
Yep.
You know, level 3.
Yep. All right. So just so we don't get things too much more complex, that's where I'm going to stop tonight's game, as you guys are just getting ready to determine where to have a prisoner transfer or investigate some of these. But before we get too far into it, I don't want to get sucked into it, and then we're here till midnight. So that's where we're going to hold up tonight's game. I appreciate everybody that has hung out with us after the raid. If you're still there, hopefully we didn't bore you too badly. We will be here this coming Friday. No, I'm sorry, I take it back. This is our off week, so we won't be back again till next Monday. So if you guys want to see what happens as the party continues their exploration of the jails within the city of Duraka as they search for the Knight Commander, Lord Homer, we're gonna head on over to our ending. So next week, hopefully, we won't have some of these problems again. I'm gonna get rid of the little one that has that pop up because that is annoying to me too. The only thing it's not so much annoying to me, but the big thing is like when a map loads, it loads all of yours because as a DM, I have control of all, so it only pops up who the owner of it is, but I own everybody, so it opens up all yours, and I got to close all those windows down. So I'm going to get rid of that module, and I am going to find out about why my initiative didn't work. I was getting an error happening, and it always happens. It's some module that I've got that conflicts with their game system. And the other thing I want to figure out is how do I stop that dice rolling? I'm wondering if it's set to dice roll individually, but it shouldn't. So I'm going to check all of that out, and I'll get that fixed. And the other thing I want to get fixed is find out why this map is showing the entire map instead of just what you can see. So
It gives us something to look forward to next week.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to have to change the map on you guys just so you won't really know what's going on. But in the meantime, like I said, I appreciate you guys all hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully you'll be back with us next Monday. And if you like it enough, you'll start checking us out every other Friday as well. And right now, though, I am going to see... Oh, everybody's back now. Hey, man, we'll see you guys next time. I'm going to find who I can go there and raid right now.
I got an early morning tomorrow. Good night.
All right, man. We'll see you guys later.
Good night.
Let's see who we can raid. Looks like Darling's still on, so let's go and bounce over to her, and we'll get her for a few minutes. No telling how late she's going to be there. But, yeah, I definitely appreciate you guys hanging in with us. And just remember, in a world that you can be anything that you want, all we ask is that you be kind. And yeah, don't forget, it is September. Save 30% on any subscriptions that you want to donate or that you want to subscribe to. So find your favorite content out there. Show them a little love at a discounted price. So we're going to bounce over there. We will see you guys next week. Until then, aloha.
Later.